Hello, everybody, and welcome to tonight's episode with us, Ginton Dice. So please, why don't you go ahead and grab a chair, grab a drink, sit back and relax as you watch us, a bunch of, at least some maybe sickly, non-sickly people play Dungeons and Dragons.
At least we're all dead.
Dur, 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 dur. I thought we were playing football.
Yeah. Wait,
We
can
are,
we?
You're not.
we are playing.
We're
No.
What's that game called?
I am
Blood
not
Bowl?
Can we
gonna
play
take that walk.
flag football in game?
I mean,
God,
God, it would be really tough, but you could. It would
Or
work.
even regular football?
I'm gonna be honest. I couldn't do it. I would lose
I
my
couldn't
mind.
do it either.
I'd lose my mind. I'd be like, "You're doing it wrong."
Except
You
you
could play-
actually have all your spells and abilities, so like.
God.
Just cast hold person on everyone.
Oh, I'd have to be the quarterback. I could just shoot the ball with a cannon.
Yeah, but somebody still has to catch it.
I guess
Somebody with high dexterity.
Then I'm
I
a
guess
lineman.
as you shoot the
Don't
ball,
look at me.
I guess wind walls, so projectiles don't go through. And you're like, oh fuck. Best
Yeah.
defensive lineman ever.
Oh,
That
maybe it's the
works.
way I'll go. We can
So-
mark it.
Without further ado, why don't we go ahead and jump into tonight's episode? That's not football, so I'm sorry to make all
Tidal
of you
wave.
sad.
Touchdown! Damn it!
So,
Hell yeah, America.
where you
America.
all last left off,
President
your
saved the
group
country.
was going through this interesting cave that you found within an alcove where you found a ship, hopefully leading to the people that you're looking for, which was the Zinjin's father, and I believe I don't care. And there you guys, after coming against this fortified door that just won't let you in, you guys had to go through two other sections to try to get at least some sort of clue of what's happening. You guys finding two different beacons, if you will, or buttons that once pressed activates part of the door, allowing you to potentially go through without the need of the key. Of course, fighting a water creature that seemed to have been soaking there for who knows how long, and a bunch of explosive runes that somebody had a little too much fun in.
Best part of the last game.
You guys managed to get all of the activations going, with one being hidden in the main chamber. Opening the door with the not pirate crew, but a sail crew. The captain himself introduced himself to y'all, and then you guys politely informed him of the mistake that happened, which didn't seem too well for him, as he told him or his crew to we're leaving now, and like in a very angerish manner, and walked out. You guys entered in this main last chamber that you can see, and you can see again this pillar of black marble-like stone with bunch of very old draconic language written on it, with one person in robes trying to figure out, they're kind of going from different sections trying to make sense of this, with the two gnomes to the left hand corner. You guys introduced yourselves and tried to kind of figure out what's going on, with the figure turning around to be a red dragonborn as she starts questioning, going through speeches back and forth, mostly with Garbu, as at least you decide, I'm going to go ahead and take these two since they're no longer needed. You took the two gnomes, took them out, Clarence, you decide to follow, as you guys felt like none of this was worth your time or to even put another thought into it. But Aeth and Garbu, you guys stuck around with a little bit more conversations, and realizing that party members are not joining you guys. Clarence and Elise, you guys doubled back, telling the gnomes to try to go get a ride with the sailors, and came back in here. Knowing that there was possibly another person, you guys tried to look, and Elise kind of spotting behind this altar in a little bit of the shadows as he's just sitting there, another dragonborn, black in color, I believe black in color. Let me make sure.
I'm not sure. I thought the arm was black at least, I think.
Give me 5 seconds and I can tell you the truth. Maybe take more than 5 seconds. I'll correct it one way or the other. So anyways, you guys, seeing how, again, these people just doesn't seem right, as some of you are stating that maybe buried things need to stay buried. Maybe people that follow the great evil Tiamat needs to be taken care of. And maybe people who just kill need to be dealt with.
Like ourselves.
Ah! Oh. Ooh.
Especially those ones who shoot mayors in the knee.
You know it.
And
So-
kill the other guy and then let their best friend kill them.
Let's
Yeah.
do this one.
Parents should still be back, correct? But
Uh,
for protector? Because we were putting shields on you in the other room. I'm assuming it
I
hasn't
think
been.
he had said we were close to the hour, but we weren't
Was
there
it?
yet.
Okay.
It was close,
I don't
but
know if we're there.
because you can have Terrence for an hour, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It's almost time for. Keep turning this down a little bit. It's almost time for him to be up,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm gonna say you have at least this combat to use him.
Okay.
But roll a d20.
7.
Okay. I'm gonna say, if I can go to it, I'm gonna throw him right there. So because you were going back and forth, and
He
when
can
you
run 30 feet, and Terrence can only move 20, I think.
yes,
No, yeah, it's 15 for Terrence, I believe, right?
15. So he'd be half the speed anyways.
yeah, 15 feet. So, and this was more like when you guys came in, it's still just trying to follow. Then you went the other way, turned around, tried to follow. Then you went
Terrence
back.
having a rough day today.
Oh
So,
my god. It's gonna take like 5 turns to get.
so we'll
Sorry.
throw him there. But
She should hopefully still be calm.
Very reasonable.
so with that, let me change this to this. There we go. All right.
So from Eighth and I's perspective, because I was not mad and did not want to fight, and Eighth was not mad and did not want to
Here, the way you guys are seeing and hearing how this conversation, after a little bit between Garbu and the voice, there was a moment of silence as Garbu was trying to read a little bit of stuff. As you try to help him, she went back starting to do her own thing, which was trying to read little bits and pieces of the texture as well. Elise, who's been kind of standing in the corner of the room, has been just kind of like shifting her gaze back and forth. Maybe trying to fill out the room, maybe trying to see what the next best option could be, if we're going to do something or if not. But this was very sudden for you two, Clarence and Aeth, as you can hear, Garbu and Elise kind of going through casting their spells. Obviously, to you guys, especially being with this party, understand like it sounds like we're doing something about this. So it's definitely like a caught off guard moment because as Aeth was actually walking out of the room and it's like, come on guys, let's go. So it's very like up to you guys on how things are going to happen. But Garba, you did as you asked the voice to, hey, can I cast a spell on this to see what some might happen? She took a step back. Sure, go ahead. And you taking that opportunity to cast Calm Emotions in the area that will only affect her. As once again, her meaner just doesn't seem like it's changed anything, as she just kind of like turns back to look at you like, what are you doing? And then Elise, who's then casting off her heat metal onto this individual. I was going to say you could probably hear the sizzling, but probably not yet, I guess. It just kind of started, so...
well, that's when the sizzling's like loudest, right? It's right when you throw the bacon on the frying pan.
You know...
Would it even be bacon at that point? I think that'd be more.
Well, it'd take a little bit. Gotta cook
Cured
it.
ham.
Yeah, there you go. Gotta cook it.
Or cured pork that turns into bacon.
So, what we do as pretty much this is initiating combat, as he, at least to the only one who could see him, as he kind of squared up to you a little bit, as not taking an aggressive stance, but like, what are you doing? Because you're just constantly staring at me. I don't like this. And you go to cast it, with him failing, all of the armor that he has just starts kind of bubbling with this red hot flare going off on him as he winces for a moment. And then he will, as we now start.
How much damage did he take? 12, right? Yeah. 12,
Yes, he took 12.
If I remember my roll correctly.
Yeah, he did. And then he will...
Do backflip.
Oops, not that. He will...
What if he just runs up and bear hugs you, holding you against the armor?
rush up, and as he's going, he quickly pulls out his sword and just goes into a motion of slashes.
With disadvantage.
With disadvantage. I think it's this, yeah. And so here is the first one. That is an 18.
That hits.
Okay. You
Think
take
it does? Yeah, it does.
13 slashing damage.
That's fine. Math.
And if you would do a con save just to see if it
I can't
drops
fail.
or not.
With my dragon constellation, I cannot fail.
Goes on, because anything under 10 becomes a 10, right?
Yep. So I cannot fail. I need to take in one hit. What's my con modifier? +2. I need to take in one hit at least 26 damage for me to start rolling.
Okay. And then here is the second. Yep. And then his third.
Oh, did you have a net 20 but it got fucked by the disadvantage?
Okay. So as he goes in and slashes you with the first time, and then he tries to go start swinging more and more, and maybe it's due to the hard armor. If you would like to poke at him once, you can.
Wait.
This is because the fact he rolled a natural 1.
Did you roll a natural 1? Okay.
He did.
I think as Elise is like half turning, like the spear sort of like hits him in the head as he's turning away to dodge an attack. Wait, let me do it like this. I'm probably gonna roll like trash because my strength is absolute dog shit, but I mean, she has a spear on her back still, so... Come on, roll something. Yeah, 10, of course.
Yep.
She like turns and the spear doesn't really hit him. She
You-
was just trying to turn away from him.
You make an attack against him.
No, it's just me like turning, and I'm just
Yeah,
playing off his one.
Oh,
Well, I was asking
okay.
if you're making an attack against him, because if you make an attack against him in visual range of his
Oh,
ally,
that, I mean,
they
I'm
call
just
him
playing on
emotion
this.
break.
I'm playing on this net one where I'm like, like Elise is
Yeah,
dodging
this-
the attack,
this
and as
is-
she's dodging, she's like would have accidentally nicked him with a spear.
This is more. It doesn't, because the fact he rolls in that one, just like how I punish you guys, I punish him as well. Also, I see this now. His 18, the first one he hit you, actually would have been a critical because he has that ability.
But then he rolled 18 on the dice.
Yes.
Oh, okay, yeah, sure.
So let me.
Okay, then I might need to roll against it, depending on how much extra damage it is.
So it would have been, because it's at the max, right? Or is it just double?
You double the dice.
So let's just do.
Just check what he rolled and just add the same dice twice.
Okay, so the first one was 13. The second one would be a 12. Because that's what's the next one he rolled.
Okay.
So altogether, that would have been a 25.
Okay, it's still under my limit though.
And then that would be the end of his turn, as he's just. You can see just a little bit of him just breathing heavily with this air coming out of him as the steam is just rolling off. Clarence, what are you doing?
Is it my turn?
It is your turn.
Shit.
I've been thinking about this for a week.
I don't want to
solid,
fight
right?
them.
Right?
You guys can choose how things progress. Like, you know,
I just-
it's whatever it is you want to try to do.
Time out. Time out. Time out. Time out. Chill. 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 Chill.
Yes.
What the? What's going on?
They're followers of Tiamat.
Okay, I don't know what that means.
Tiamat's a bad dragon.
Why? Who says that?
They're like the
Everyone.
opposite of the platinum dragon.
I would
think
say
it's common
I will
think it's
also
common knowledge to you.
I will also say
it actually-
Garbu. You can ask Garbu, and the voice is the only two that will be able to respond to you if you ask them. If you want to use your turn trying to calm the situation, I'll let you do that.
I want to do that, but I don't know how to progress. Is that a roll?
It just depends on how you want to try to calm down a legit fight that just kind of broke out.
Hold on. Hold on. But we have no reason to fight them.
As she responds, just, I never try to seek any sort of threat against any of you, besides, as she kind of gestures over to Elise as they're doing their little maneuver.
Why? Okay, I get that. Okay, they follow a bad guy, or their god is a bad guy. I don't actually know. TMS
It's
lore well enough to
so
like,
You would
in
probably know because we live in a continent that's primarily
well, I'm like-
dragon.
this game.
yeah,
related,
so
right?
there is kind of like, how to put it, while yes there is other gods, there's also some that are more draconic dragon gods, like Platinum Bahamut and the Red Tiamat, both resembling good and evil. But that's very basic as things like people would kind of learn to understand. There are some dragons that are of this type of feat, like chromatic, which follow a little bit more of the Tiamat. And then there is some more of the metallic that follow a little bit more of Bahamut.
One question: would that make the followers of Tiamat basically like mafia and/or mob members, where they are inherently criminals, or would it make them just kind of like dudes that go to the bar a lot and strip clubs and like kind of trashy people? Like I'm trying to figure out like whether they're actual criminals,
more like the first one.
like mobs,
Well,
mafia.
it,
Not so much mafia, but they're like just generally considered not people that are up to no good.
again, you could take into consideration that maybe people who follow a bad deity are probably bad themselves. But at the same time, this whole situation has been a little bit more contradicting, as while she proclaims that she is a follower of Tiamat, she has once not tried to do any sort of very angry tactics or anything like that. And so it's more of you guys are just kind of going through and figuring this out at this time. But in a very basic sense terms, Bahamut, the platinum dragon, is good. Tiamat, the red dragon, is bad. You don't typically see a lot of people who want to out loud say they follow Tiamat. But at the same time, like, you know, I'm on a more broad term, you could probably follow anybody you want and not be technically bad. But again, how often may that be? So it's really just take at your own discretion at this point.
It's like saying you like grunge, but you don't like Nirvana.
It's hard because I think Clarence thinks that not all people are inherently evil. So like, you can
Play your
do
character
that.
the way you want to. That's all the answer
Yeah,
that I'm
that's-
gonna give you.
Look, I'm not okay with this fight. We can progress how you want, but I'm not gonna do anything. I'm gonna hold an action to cast invisibility on Garbu. If
Okay.
they start to try to attack him,
Okay.
and then that's my turn because like I don't know and I didn't seek this out.
I will allow you to move Terrence up 15 more feet.
Thank you.
Can Terrence
Hold on.
dash?
Oh, we are
Oh, sorry.
Too bad Terrence can't dash.
Where'd
That
he
would.
go? Did
He's-
Terrence leave?
No, he's down here. I
You
get
just can't see him.
here. All
Because I'll have
5,
to
10,
move
15,
however far.
right there.
Hey, I'm gonna take
Oh my
one
God.
Clarence step back so that like, you know,
Wow.
Okay.
yeah, like
Aeth,
case.
what are you doing? As you can hear Clarence trying to kind of in his way trying to settle some sort of situation. You can hear the sound of the
Right.
Terrence trying its best to crawl behind you.
What the hell's going on here? What?
They're trying to kill him.
Why? We were leaving, weren't we?
I'll say, depending if you want to try to de-escalate this, only
Wow.
Clarence and the voice will be enough. As you can
What
ask
if-
them questions if you like.
What is the purpose of us fighting right now? Like,
They like
we were
Tiamat.
just gonna leave. We were gonna leave like not even 5 minutes ago. Now we're fighting.
Who
let's
are
just
you
go.
dressing?
You. You
I
seem like the
tried to
reasonable.
tell them that. We just got basically outed for killing innocent people. So like I don't want to make a mistake again immediately after we made a mistake.
I'm not fighting.
I
I'm not
was-
fighting.
I will say the voice even responds to that saying, "We all will always make mistakes, but it's how we learn from them is what defines us. I don't wish to fight either, as that's not my purpose here. I don't want us to be fighting here." So, Elise, what do you do?
Lame. Okay, fine.
Okay, fine.
People
don't
suck.
know.
Mortal Kombat!
This is Leor. Like Elise looks at the other people and goes like, "Oh well, fine." Like Leor internally is like, "Fuck you people, so not fighting." Elise is like, "Okay, well if people don't want to, what's the point, right?"
To
So
be
just
fair,
look
if
at
they
the-
fight, it's us versus two of them. as
yeah, but
well
it's like I
on the
mean, there's
side
no
of
point.
fighting.
But there's no
True.
point in fighting when it's like when people aren't into it because they're just gonna divide the party. So Ellie's just gonna be like looks at the guy and be like, well, I guess I'm sorry, and then she just disengages and she doesn't activate the spell again, and I'll just walk away. Mm.
Is that? Let me ask. Is that you dropping it or?
Not
I
dropping
think
it
she
yet, but
doesn't
he does,
apply the damage again.
like
I don't
like he
know
won't
how
know
that-
like unless he's like extremely familiar with how the spell works, which I doubt. Um,
I mean, he
I'm
won't
just-
know, but it's
Yeah,
me.
he's-
It's more me asking.
She's still concentrating for the
I'm
sake.
concentrating on the spell, but I'm not activating the damage.
How's the spell work?
It's
Like,
just
like-
it's a concentration thing. So once you use it,
I'll roll it so you can
she's
see.
just concentrating on it. So every bonus action.
Yeah.
Gosh. Choose a manufacturer of metal object. Choose metal.
Oh,
or
okay.
choose
Yeah. So
So I can reactivate it if I want to, but I'm just gonna like Elise's just gonna say, fine, and then just gonna like let's not do it. Let's not do this then before he. And then she just walks away, not activating the spell, disengaging.
okay. As you're walking away, he starts to like swing his blade, and the voice just like, "Please stop!" And it's like, you do. Let me ask at a more theatrical standpoint. Do you kind of just back up, keeping an eye on him? Do you just turn around and like walk, like, you know what, we're done. Turn around and walk away, type deal?
I think she just like looks at him and then and then looks at everyone else and then goes, all right.
So it's like
I'm done here then, and then she just turns around and walks away.
you can feel like a swing, just like the swish of air as it's coming, and with the voice yelling, you don't necessarily see as you kind of continue walking. You don't feel anything, but it did stop as he's just waiting. She will.
I don't even look at her. Like Elise, like the way she's looking, she's like walking towards the door.
As the voice, she just looks at everybody who's trying to relax, and then she looks at you, Garbu, and just, I am not meaning you any harm. I understand that our patrons might be opposite of each other, but they're more alike than what you really know. But I do not wish for violence here. And she will take one step in that direction. And she's just trying to just back up a little. She's not doing it in any sort of main way, just Garbu.
Never just got
It is up to you on what you do.
No spells left.
You have
I mean,
no spells?
Yeah.
I
why
have
do
so
you
many.
think I'm trying?
I have so many spells left, but I'm like, fuck it. If people don't want to fight, there's no point.
Can I or let me think.
I'm gonna insight it.
You might not mean us harm, but do your actions here mean harm to regular people?
You're obviously asking this to her, right?
No, I'm asking this to Clarence. I just turned to Clarence. Are you planning to hurt normal people?
Are they ugly?
Maybe.
Yes.
What about the
Yes.
oily guy?
Oh, no,
No.
As
That's a
Or what if he
uh,
likes it?
he likes it.
Oh.
he's a glutton for punishment.
Move on, drop it.
So
Hot take,
as
go
you
flat.
ask this,
I can make you any metal object that's worth less than 100, or any object that contains metal worth less than 100 gold.
Oh.
Yes, but that technically means you can make a metallic dildo worth 100 gold.
Oh God.
I
can
can make it out of
80
gold
up in
probably.
there.
as she responds, she's, I don't even know what holds here. I'm just here trying to gather knowledge to understand our past. My goals is to set everyone that's in chains free.
Can I insight during his turn?
Yeah, sure.
I also wanted to insight her response.
I probably won't be needed then.
No, you can roll yours as well, because I can roll low.
I'm also gonna do mine because I want to.
You freaking nerd.
There you go.
Nice.
Beat me on his roll.
Okay, so while it seems like
I
things are,
tied you on my roll.
let's go to.
No, you rolled one higher than him.
Did run roll high.
Yeah, but his total. I tied
Stop.
his total. I was trying to be nice.
Let's just do that one. Okay.
You're
So-
you're Mr. One Upper.
As things are dying down, I'll change that. Clarence, as you're first, what are you trying to insight?
Wow.
What is it that you're looking for?
How,
broke up
could
for
you
me.
say again
Is
what
it-
her response was?
Oh.
Just to refresh a little.
I
She wants
do
to set
not.
people free.
I do not know what the knowledge has here. I don't know what any of this contains, as I'm trying to pretty much research what she's trying to do. The group that she's with just wants to set everyone that's in chains free.
Okay, did you ask whose insight?
Yeah, so I'm starting with yours. What
Alright,
what
sorry,
were
remember,
you
sorry.
inciting?
She said the people in chains. Who are the people in chains, right?
Is that what you were trying to insight? Like who might be?
Personally, like Clarence is thinking about that. Like, who are the people in chains or things in chains? I guess would be the better.
Okay. Um. Uh, because all okay, so I want to like personally tell each of y'all things, but
You can whisper to us if you want. Drag them over. Oh, you can't really do the drag with the film. We could mute ourselves.
Yeah, we could mute.
yeah. Besides Clarence, just go ahead and deafen yourself real quick. All right. For you, and I'm going to as well. Go here. Try to get everybody back. As we're waiting on the other two.
To be honest, I kind of did want to see a guy get roasted in his armor, and I'm regretting that we don't get to see that now. I'm gonna be
I mean, we can see it another. I'm quite sure, like, there's gonna be some guy with armor that we're gonna fight at some point, and I'll toast that guy for you,
There'll be
specifically for you.
plenty of people in armor that you guys can toast. Or these people again, who knows? They might show up.
What if they're
Nah,
naked?
they're gonna be selling barbecue sandwiches to us.
I mean, I think.
That'd be the irony.
I mean, I could cook a little kobold, even though he's resistant to it.
Deep fried cobalt.
Like even with resistance, if I roll, I can max do 260 damage. He takes half of that already, so it's 120. And even if I roll an average, I still think that's enough to kill Garbu, even halved.
Probably.
130.
I only have like 20 hit points left.
I thought it said
So-
2d6.
2d8, I think. I
Okay,
think it's
never mind.
d8s. I think
Yeah.
it's 2d8s.
It is 2d8s.
And then I was casting this as a 3rd level, so.
All
Now,
right.
if I'm
So
higher level, it would do nothing to me.
as
Good
as
lord.
she
And honestly, that might be something I do is like cast heat metal on whatever I'm holding, and then just use it as a weapon that has added fire damage
Anyway.
when I get to that point.
that would work.
Anyway.
So as
When
you
I'm
guys
immune to fire.
like
I-
everybody kind of looking in hard on this as she was saying this and just are we
I
Are
just
we
realized
good?
Terrence is gonna walk into this room and then have to turn around and go back.
Mm.
Probably gonna walk in and despawn.
as she backs up a little
leg.
bit and just again, you all are free to go as I don't our purpose here is not to hold anybody hostage or
Who-
anything.
Who's the third?
The third who?
So me and you are two of them, right? Who's the third?
And she takes a look at the other guys. He's kind of standing like the other dragonborn across from him as he is standing up and is just still in this combat state. His armor kind of with a very small how to put it, like a little mist coming off the armor as it's cooling off. But he's just remained in this focused state of like, well, aggression if things continue to pursue. And she's just, not enough is known entirely, but there is a third amongst the two. But he is not recognized or really said much in our past. That's why I was hoping to learn more here.
He's a follower of the third?
It's hard to say. He doesn't talk too much, if hardly at all. But if what little bit of conversations I could have, it's a possibility, yes.
Do you know anything about the dragon emblem?
Okay. I had to really think about what dial to change the screens. What do you mean by the dragon emblem?
The shield?
Oh, I know a little bit. I know I do know some information.
When she says I know some, is it just like she knows some of in general, or that she knows like some of the particular information? Like, is it somebody who has just like heard about it in the news, or somebody who is involved.
I'll keep your insight on this one for now. She might know just a little bit more than what the typical public knows.
Okay.
She's not like when you asked about it, like she wasn't like really responding in a way like, what do you mean? Like what does that have to do with it? Because again, never mind, I had to fix that in my mind. It's almost like she knew kind of like what you were going on about.
She understood that I was thinking this was associated to the shield. Is kind of what I'm reading. Okay. She understands that I'm reading too much into this. More or less. Okay. Be careful on your way back. There's dragons attacking boats.
Yes, a shame that the Hansu? Yeah. A shame that Hansu was corrupted. It's not anything I wish to see, and if I could set him free from his bondages, I would gladly do so as well.
What do you know about that? Exactly. The corruption. Do you know who did that? Exactly? Do you know the person or
As she turns around, uh, pretty much to face you. I do not know by who or what. I heard stories of some specter or some see-through individual or entity that stopped him in his attack that he was about to unleash on him, to then be turned against his own kind. If I, as hopefully the I guess you would still say gods, as I hope the gods forgive me, Hansu is not the strongest of hardly any of them. It's why he was allowed to rule over Drawridge. I did
What
have
you're
a
saying is Drawridge is weak.
well, they don't have a
That's
guild.
what you're saying.
That's what I'm saying. But for him to be able to take on both Zelor and Thusil, which is the bronze and black dragon. Whatever is happening is corrupting him on a far more level. Something that is possibly unnatural. He's changing, more aggressive, more primal, but still with a sense of knowledge. It's not entirely sure of what he is and not sure entirely how to save him. I don't even know if he's too far gone at this point.
could I make an insight check on that?
Go for it.
Seems like everybody else is making insight checks.
I'm trying to avoid not insight checking every word because so many things I want to insight check because I just don't trust them.
Don't worry, guys.
This
I'll do
insight,
it.
what you think is best. If this is an insight, session, it's an insight session.
I mean,
I want to
bud,
insight like every other word
Seven.
though, DM. I don't think you understand.
I want
Not
to leave.
insight
No.
play. No. Okay.
Something is up
gotta-
here and I don't like it.
Oh gosh. Yeah. That didn't feel good. Okay. I got a 7.
I mean, yeah, you definitely think what she's saying is the truth. She's not. She hasn't changed her demeanor. Still probably being affected by the calm emotions, but like she's engaging. She's not seeking like, oh, you need to turn that off or what. She's trying to make sure the situation still remains calm and you know ask or answer the questions that you guys kind of have.
I wasn't questioning her motive. It was more like her general reaction towards. I forgot the dragon's name.
Hansu, the yellow dragon.
Hansu.
Um,
Yeah.
it's definitely hard because of calm emotions, but at the same time, she seems very saddened by it in a sense.
She seems too calm. I better just no.
You know,
we better start the fight again.
She's not like, you know, obviously crying tears that this dragon was taken over, but she seems to mean every word when she says she wishes she can free him from his bondage, but she just doesn't know how.
You're not real. Okay.
All right, we done asking questions.
I think we are.
Yeah,
Standing on your own 2 feet, Peyton.
I want to try to ask a question to somebody else. I guess not here, but I don't know.
Well, have fun reading your stone and see you around, I guess.
So you guys start to walk out?
Well, I'm gonna walk towards one of the torches for a second.
I turn to walk. Slam my knee into
I'll guide myself,
Terrence.
which would cause calm emotions to drop.
Okay.
She instantly fireballs us. No,
it's like as you drop it, just still her demeanor does not change.
I guess tidal wave, no kidding.
It was a bit dry in here.
I cast Thunder Shock. Oh wait, sorry.
I guess power word kill Nate. Die.
Sorry, I shouldn't have said Pokemon.
Also, you would probably lose a spell slot for that invisibility you were holding, Clarence, since it didn't go off.
Yeah.
You're right. Thank you.
Just mentioning that.
So you go over to a torch?
Yeah, I'll go over to this one. No, Eighth normally deals with liquids when he's trying to talk to his god. So I'm going to try and talk to the fire. When I'm trying to reach to my god. His dragons and fire.
Make a religion check.
Right.
And I guided myself to try and help myself because religion's not my strong suit.
That's so stupid that religion is an intelligence roll. So stupid. It's so stupid. It doesn't make any fucking sense. Like, every fucking religious character is a wisdom caster. And then they're like, oh, but religion is actually intelligence. I'm like, what? That doesn't make any sense.
Paladins are charisma.
Yeah, but paladins is like, they're pseudo-religious. They're more like, we smite shit.
I feel like
Paladins are the crusaders who use religion to kill.
Yeah, exactly. Like literally European crusaders who just go, we go to the promised land for religious reasons, not to plunder the land and get rich.
They didn't even. Some of them didn't even make it to the promised land, just to Greek cities that they then looted.
Yeah, and then they fucked a lot of women, and then they were like, "Oh, this is pretty nice here," and then they stayed.
So, what is it
and
that
they
you're?
They brought back shaving to Europe. Shaving certain areas.
So, what is it that you're trying to inquire?
I'll say in my head rather than out loud, and I'll be like, I'll basically be praying, Platinum Dragon. I hear sort of a calling towards the altar. Do you think I should react? Garbu himself isn't sure whether this is the good path or the bad path. And I don't think I'm getting an answer for 10, but it's worth a try.
I mean, the DC depends on what you're doing, right?
What is it that you... Is it curiosity that you... What is it that makes you want to go and read the altars. It just
Garbo
carries.
feels a lot of curiosity towards going there, but on the side of morality feels like something that whispers to him like that is probably bad.
You swear you just see a very small, like, bluish flame, just a bit of it, of the whole fire, just a bit of it kind of come off.
Does the blue flame float in any certain direction?
I'll say it goes a little bit towards the altar.
I'll look at Clarence and I'll be like, I think I should try something?
Is there anything I can do to help? That only needs a first level spell. I didn't say
Oh.
that.
Who said that? Must have been the wind.
Watch?
I mean, I think we're done here. Like, why do we want to meddle with things? So just leave it here.
I feel like the Platinum Dragon agrees that I should go there.
Could always come back.
Or it's a
Can I-
different entity trying to influence you. Like, I think we're just done here. Let's just leave.
Can I insight check the blue flame
Sure.
to see if I think it's the Platinum Dragon or
God,
something?
we
We're gonna
insight
insight
fire.
everything.
I mean, how do you inside fire even? It's like,
Does it look
16?
convincing? Do
I
feel
mean,
like that
are
fire
you
is lying to me.
you think at the beginning of this, you think a lot of this was shady and these people are bad, but with a little bit of talks, it's still hard to tell. But do you think you should go up there? This is definitely a what do you think? I ain't telling you nothing.
As Clay, I so badly want to go activate the shout, and then the Durgar king rises out of the crypt, and I so badly want this. As Garbu, I feel like Garbu does not trust what is here. And I should play as my character and not trust this.
You do what you think. As
I will
you
play as my character, and I will not go towards it, but Garbu the whole time he's walking out is just going to be staring directly at where he like hears the whispering coming from
okay.
as he's walking out.
So you guys start to pretty much walk out, and the voice, as she kind of looks at you, Garbu, for a second, just, little one, before you go, just never mind. You guys be safe on your travels. Thank you for stopping hostility, as the other one kind of starts to approach her as you guys are pretty much funneling out. And she's just, maybe next time.
oh, there's actually heat metal. No, just kidding.
What did you want to say? If we had an immovable
care.
rod, just reactivate heat metal and we just put the immovable rod in front of the door.
Can I
did move.
say one thing on the way out?
Yeah?
I just want to look at her and go, I hope you're able to save your people without hindering other people.
Only time will tell, but time is always the enemy.
Understood.
Ellie snickers at that, knowing that she will live for like another 600-700 years.
God damn it. Fucking
My
elf.
grandkids will be dead
Elf.
then.
Elf privilege.
Actually thinking, like, considering that I'm a Druid, if I get high enough level, I will live for like another 2,000 years, but whatever.
Freaking elves.
They're real.
Flicker your elves,
Yeah,
man.
Yes.
druids, when you reach level 20, you think it's like,
Is it 20? I thought it was
Yeah.
Like it's 18.
or
I think
it's
18, isn't it?
it's something like that. You pretty much age half the rate.
And I'm
cool.
looking this up. I thought it was like 1/10.
1/7 or something. I don't know.
You
That's
pretty
what I looked
much
through it.
live for a long ass time.
Forever. Yeah.
They live, I think
Uh,
it's 100 times longer or
oh,
something.
for every 10 years that pass, your body only ages 1 year, so at least can become 6,000 years old.
Wow.
Oh my god, are you kidding me? That
Yeah.
So, you
So, Joseph,
guys,
you have a character for 6,000 years you can play it if you want it.
I have it when it needs it. I'll throw the whole
To be fair,
next
he also
thing.
has a character that turned into a literal god.
Yeah, I mean,
So
that's
I
not a
mean,
thing.
my last
Anyway,
character is dust in the wind, so
I mean,
yeah,
like,
dust,
I don't know, that's your own problem. Your own
So,
fault.
and not even dust.
you
my last
guys,
character might
Little
be
marble.
serving the uh Queen of the Shadowfell question mark?
okay. So
Not really, but maybe.
you guys head out and pretty much start to leave, going through the same system that you guys came in on.
I know I don't see him, but is the gnomes around?
No, they're like gone, long gone.
So, like, as you guys get to the entrance of the cave, uh, there is no ship there, but you see no gnomes.
Good.
There's
They
no
killed the
gnomes?
gnomes.
No.
They're probably taking the gnomes back.
Do I
means
see
we have
like
to
the
go back.
gnomes tracks going towards the boat with them or towards?
I mean,
the camp? Either one.
it's just a cliff that you guys are on. That if you like, if they wanted to not take the boat, they would have had to like really climb, rock
Okay.
climb all the way around, or swim.
Well, yeah. Well, we should go back to the camp.
Yeah,
Can
Or
we
back
make
to
it all the way back to town?
town. We should probably check
I
the
don't-
camp just in case.
Should we
Why?
go to the
I don't
camp
know.
and get the dead body and take them to town?
Is
Yeah.
I
that
mean,
necessary?
or
nah, fuck that shit. I'm done.
Alright. Let's
Just
just go
Do
back
we
back.
need to?
to
Do we need to?
town?
Do we need to ask? Like, the thing is, like, we'll be back to town before the gnomes and the boat will make it back to town. So,
good point.
like, it will take them quite a while to get back. Versus us being able to get back fairly quickly relative to them.
So
Like,
I
are we
heard
still like
that
we?
altar thing whispering to me.
Yeah.
What?
I will say, like, as you walked out of that room, you didn't hear it at all.
When we were in there.
You
I mean, I
only
think.
you only heard it when you were like close to the pillar. It's like the closer you got to it, but the farther you get, it just goes away.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of things that whisper in this world, sadly.
Well, I tried to pray to the platinum dragon, and I thought it was indicating I should go.
Hey, should I give you a hot take? How about in that room? Anything that's in that room could be influenced by the thing that was in there. So maybe it wanted you to do something about it, and it influenced the room too. Like, did the platinum dragon literally talk to you, or did it just like vague things happen?
I tried to talk to it the way Ace talks to his god.
Listen,
Mhm.
when I talk to my god, it is not really a good thing. I nearly drowned. She yells at me, and then she calls me an idiot.
I mean,
called
I
she's
didn't
not
nearly
wrong. She's
drown.
not
I
wrong.
just saw.
That's just
I
called
just saw
marriage. You got to
fire.
get used to it.
This is why I am not getting married, God in the sky.
My
But
bad.
Did the platinum dragon actually talk to you or not?
I did not hear a voice. I just
Okay, then it was
saw
probably
like
the
a
thing in the room.
sign.
Then it was probably the thing in the room and trying to influence you to go like, "Hey, open me, please."
Yeah.
I mean, it seems to me that she was trying to free a specific group of people from the shackles of blah blah. Isn't it like, as she looks at, isn't like I mean, I should know this, I think. Isn't like the Dragonborns after the whole Dragon War like kind of a exiled race now?
Yeah,
No.
some of them
No.
are. Not all of them, though.
I mean, as a group, I suppose.
Um, when the dragons came back, of course, the Dragonborns went to go help them. But there were some that did stay loyal to the humans, pretty much. Not just
Okay, so it's
humans,
a group.
but
It's a group. Yeah, okay, I get it.
so anytime you see a a tribe of dragonborns, those are considered outcast.
Okay, yeah, so it's probably that group of people that she's representing. Who knows? Speculation. Anyway, I'm done with this shit. Should I leave?
Sure.
Yeah. Right. Birds?
Sure, but it's not gonna get us super far, but sure.
Or should we try and just climb up and try and
We
walk
can just
across?
walk. I mean, we can walk. We don't need to climb. We can just walk to the beach, and then just give me like 10 minutes to cast water walking again.
Right. Yeah, we can do that.
Are we
Sure.
just gonna walk all the way?
No, I mean to get to first to
Oh.
get to land, and then afterwards, if you want to, we can fly a bit, I suppose.
All right. So, with the ritual cast of water walk, you guys are able to hop down or climb down, what might be a little bit safer, and continue going back around and kind of climbing back up to where you guys started off in the first place. I can say you can see like a little bit. It's not like it's extremely far, but you can see that there is a ship sailing like to the right as they're leaving. It's the same ship that you guys saw. So,
I mean, if
but
you want to, we can scare the ship and fly in and do shit.
I
I
really don't
think
think they
they've
want to see
seen
us.
enough. Yeah.
I mean, rightfully so, considering that you looks at 8 since you're the murder hobo who killed all of them.
I mean, one of them died to other means.
I'm just kidding.
2 of them.
Terrence got one of them. No, 3 if you count the one your ghost killed. 3 out of 4.
I don't
That's a
remember.
passing grade.
2 out of
Was it 2 out of 4?
I mean, we don't know if we don't know that the ghost killed
Terrence
anything.
killed one. No, there were 4 on the boat.
I shot
4 on
one.
the boat, and then one
Eighth
more.
personally killed 2, and his spirit killed 1. And then
The spirit killed
Clarence
one more.
used Terrence to kill 1 more.
No,
You
no,
know
no, I
what?
killed
Oh,
2,
he
the
shot
spirit
him with
killed
the
2.
Force Ballista.
On the way back, I think we should think of an explanation for all of this crap.
I mean, we saw a murder and followed it to
No, there you go.
Yeah,
what
but
we
we're also
assume
not
to
the
be
cops.
like pirates or
We
something.
bring the body then? Or no?
We should. Ooh.
They were no bodies. I think they took everything. As they should.
No, no, no. That's
No,
no.
the
Campsite.
gnome.
No, why would they? It's just a no. It's just a. I don't know.
Yeah, but
I'm not gonna go drag a corpse. I'm not gonna go drag a corpse around.
if are we just walking the whole way there? Because if we are, I can just.
I mean, we can fly for an hour. If you want to.
it's definitely going to, whatever you guys do, it's going to, you're going to get as far as you can with the remaining part of the day you have. And then it will be the next day
Right.
until you guys get towards near the end of the day. Not
What I
incredibly late, but still towards the end of the day till you get back to the city. Yes,
Would I
Abe.
know what kind of trouble we would get into for killing 5 people
As a guard.
as a guard?
I mean,
We're not killing it. We didn't kill people in town. It's like, it's outside of town where no one has jurisdiction. I don't know.
stuff like that, especially outside of, town. Because again, you would know, since you used to be a guard for Zetham, that you don't go really to like other of the smaller towns or villages. You like, they're kind of there to protect themselves. None of the cities besides Baymont and Crisport, as they kind of have like their own traveling system back and forth. So Ironmare, the village to the right of Baymont, the I already forgot the name of it. The one at the left-hand side of the Thundering Mountain. Those are kind of just generally protected because, again, Crisport and Baymont.
Raven Ridge.
Yeah, something like that. They have this huge partnership where they're almost like one giant entity, a kingdom, if you will. But everywhere else, it's if you're not in the city limits, you're kind of just there to defend yourself. but things can be reported in, and it will just kind of like trial and stuff like that.
So it feels like it's more like one of those things where it's like a parking ticket kind of thing, but
Uh,
it's a lot more bloody
I mean, like
when it's outside the city limits.
if they were certain and have proof or whatever and was able to bring you guys in, then like there could be a whole thing. But that's also where things get a bit tricky because again it's in the gray zone, and
He said, she said kind of thing.
that's where other entities come into play that I will not mention.
Freaking dragons.
I mean, the thing is, right?
Or
when it comes
clerics
to that
with
stuff.
zones of truth as well.
I mean, the thing is, right? Did we? I'll say we for ease sake kill them? Yes. Did we did we do it out of pure malice? No. I mean, we had a reason as to why we did it. What we did it. Does it turn out to be a mistake? Yes. Shit happens.
Yeah. I mean, we can
I mean,
always
if
fly
we-
out
it-
there and scare them.
I mean, no. But if we like if they would have killed any of us, it would have been. I don't know. I feel like it's always like a weird situation when the losing party is like, but they killed us. But if we would have killed them, then we wouldn't have said a thing. It's like, whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway,
We'll figure that out, I guess, when day gets.
Are we just leaving the gnome's dead body to rot?
We can probably bury him if you want. I don't really know what the gnome's name is.
I mean, I don't really care.
We can make camp there if you want. Caribou, so
That's
we can
kind of
bury
weird. That's
them.
kind of weird.
It's a little weird.
I mean, we could just fly for an hour and fuck off.
What do you want to
Okay.
do, Garbo?
I just think that it's weird to leave them there as well.
I mean, there's so many people who get killed out in the wilds and then just lie there to rot or get eaten by wild animals.
Yeah. Like the bandits that were out of their league.
Yeah, exactly. We didn't do anything about that either. So
Yeah, those guys. I forgot about them.
It kind of started it.
I mean, if you want to like bury them, that's fine. But I don't think other than that.
You already laid her to rest. You did gentle repose.
Gentle repose just stops decay and from them coming
Oh,
back as an undead.
I mean, anyway, just make a choice. I don't really care.
I think we should go. I mean, well, at this point, if there are any predators, they could have already gotten to the body. So maybe not.
We can check and then.
I will go look. Let's
If
go.
we
Let's
don't
go have a
check-
look then. Let's go have a look, and then we can just leave from there. Let's
We
go.
left them in
We're
the
gonna go.
center of camp, so
We're gonna go to the camp and have a look at the body there.
Okay. So you guys travel, start making your way back in that direction. As you guys get there, though, you do see what appears to be two vulture-like birds as they are trying to eat. It looks like it's just kind
not
of started.
decayed.
Yeah, it's like they kind of just started. So there's a little bits of pieces of like little skin that's removed, but not like it's been eaten, for hours or whatever.
Get. I'm gonna try and get him to scat. Scat. Like.
Do you take them back to town or bury them? They're a tour guide based on what was said before. Or were a
Let's just
tour
they have,
bury
guide?
like,
them.
an
I don't want to show up into town with a corpse.
Did they have like a necklace or something that could identify them, like a pendant or something, or a ring? We
I
could bring that
mean,
to-
you don't see this one had like a lot of jewelry or anything. There might be a couple, like a ring or two or a necklace, but nothing extravagant, nothing out of the ordinary.
Well, I wouldn't know this, but does anyone see an engraving on it?
Can I check the body for anything that was personalized in any way?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Because you
You're
can't see. It's
I know.
I
Um,
can't see, so it's like this is.
yeah.
I start to do it, and I'm just like, I can't see it. I
I
can't see anything.
I will say probably besides just a few letters of other people request to like see this area or can you take me back out to this area. Nothing that seems too personalized. This person just seems to be in the business of taking people in directions they need to go on this giant island.
She's like a super loner and did not have friends. So like, I feel like we should just kind of drop it. You know.
Well, let's just bury it then at least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have I got a shovel?
We can both make a shovel.
God,
Do you
God
want us to
damn
make
it.
shovels?
So, easy enough. You guys dig a hole.
We're also at a camp of an
Yeah, that's true.
sort of like an archaeological site, right? He was going to a cave to dig up like rocks, right? So there might be shovels here in the camp, anyways.
Anyway, we
Yeah.
buried it. We buried it.
bury
in
the
gnome.
bottom. Or
Yeah.
bury the the gnome.
When we're done, I'm just like, okay, let's go leave this place, and I'm just gonna summon the eagles and just.
Did you take some of the letters so we can at least?
I
mean,
got him.
You can take the letters
Thank
yourself if you
you.
want to.
Well, I did
read them.
body. That's why I was asking.
We fly.
All right.
It's actually not holding up letters. He's just holding up like a piece of cloth. You just can't tell the difference.
It's a used tissue.
I'll move you guys to this spot, but it's more like you guys just entered in that spot pretty much. But as the night gets up and you guys make your camp,
Did we want to start flying back before for an hour? Or...
We already did the flying.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Where is our cart?
In town.
In
Which
town.
town?
The other town.
Well,
in
the-
Chris
I wanted
Fort.
to double check.
Chrisport.
Chris
We left
Fort.
it in
Shit.
Chrisport. We paid for like 10 days in Chrisport or something, right?
should
Yeah, we did.
Probably take care of it.
How long has that been?
4 days, I think.
Oh, we're good.
Something like that. It hasn't been a full in-game week.
No, it's been 4 days or something like that because we were there for like 2 days.
4 days.
Then we left here. Then we were here for like I think it's like four days or something at the moment.
It's been roughly close to 4 days, so because
Yeah.
so
4 days.
this would be once we go to the next day would be day 5.
Okay. So yeah, we got this. How long does it take for a blacksmith to finish up an arm?
Depends.
I mean, we also have to wait for him to get back to his shop since he's on that boat.
I'm assuming
And
the boat
he
will
might not be the friendliest towards us, considering he'll
Well,
have been around a crew who
the boat
blames us
is
for killing the rest of their
still a
crew.
continuous travel regardless, so
It's moving right now as we speak. So yeah,
Anyway,
unless it hits like a iceberg
Or a dragon.
or
a
both.
dragon-sized iceberg.
So, anyways,
Oh my god, an iceberg dragon!
anything that you guys do for tonight as you guys are setting up camp and
I'm doing fuck all.
I got nothing.
God,
Got nothing, chief.
all right.
Shit. I got nothing either. I'm probably just messing around with the metal arm.
Garber, you doing okay?
No?
No,
So,
as in
like,
not okay.
Yeah?
Or
I feel like there was another way to take that answer.
At least rolls her eyes. He can't see it. She knows he can't. So
I roll my non-existent eyes.
you
Well,
you want to talk about it?
Maybe?
Oh god damn it!
I'm not gonna make you talk to me about your problems, man. This isn't therapy. Like I'm your friend.
I just still have so many questions about what was going on down there.
I mean, probably a bunch of weird shit.
So I mean, honestly, I don't know what was going on. I didn't get a whole lot from my single inspection, I believe, on the pillar.
No.
So like,
I think you got like 3 words.
yeah,
It again, if I remember, I don't, but
I believe it was 3 words. I do
it
not.
it was 3. It was just something about like right. Um
Oh wait, I wrote it down.
oh
Did
yeah.
you?
Right, changing, false.
That's
And
not.
and I did say it yes and no on significance.
All I got from it was that the words right, like the direction, the words
No.
changing, and false.
Wait, was it actually the direction right? Because I wrote down sacrificial right.
Oh, was I wrong?
You don't know.
Damn it!
Hear him.
Gotta get my pen.
Both of y'all.
Right, both.
I mean, what isn't
my
like there's a
pen.
difference between the word right and right because it's like RTE and then RIJHT.
This is
I was
also in a
lazy. I
different
didn't want to
language.
write. I
That's
didn't
the
want to
main
write
thing.
that.
So it
this
was
was
right,
also
changing, and what?
Right.
False.
changing,
False.
and I also got from her when she was talking about the people that it was her people and it was a race. It wasn't like a religion.
Yeah, I also got that thing, but I don't know. It's like I feel like there's a lot of things that we don't know the answers to. There's a lot of unknowns, a lot of things out of our league.
I don't think when she said he that she was referring to Tiamat either.
I think TMS is a she, isn't she?
Yeah.
Maybe it's a girl, isn't she?
But, I mean, a girl's a bit of a weird statement considering it's a multi-headed, multicolored dragon. But sure.
Feminine? Tiamat's a feminine being?
More of a feminist like.
Yeah.
Or is at least represented on a feminine standard.
Gail?
Sidebar.
Maybe it's.
So the Platinum
Yeah.
Dragon's the good guy, and the Bahamut, or sorry, Tiamat is the bad guy. Is there a
Bahamut
third?
is the platinum dragon, and then Tiamat's the
Is there a third
chromatic
Chromatic-
dragon? Yeah.
Chromatic dragon.
With
Yeah.
multiple heads.
Sidebar,
in that
no.
vein,
I don't
like-
know.
Through the current time right now, there's only known of 2.
But this is sort of influencing that there could be a third. There's 3 followers of 3 entities, 2 of which are the Platinum Dragon and Bahamut.
That's
Mm.
kind of where I was thinking.
Hey,
And-
Garbu, maybe you should have you actually talked to your gold? I don't think you have in a long time,
I-
have you?
Don't normally. I'm trying to. That's sort of the first time I actually tried to do it with talking. I normally just kind of make things to express my sort of feelings,
Why?
I guess.
I feel like
don't know,
that's
I
super
just-
one-sided. You're not getting anything out of that except for like making.
And
I'm
powers.
getting the making. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
but
Gail at it.
I mean, I
God-
think if you want to have answers, you need to actually talk to your god properly. I mean, that's not isn't that the whole thing about clerics, right?
yeah, there's like this
Is
prayer
it?
thing. Yeah, you like pray to your
Yeah.
god.
The Calth praise. That's like the person at the temple.
Well, shouldn't you pray
She's
too?
nice. I guess.
Dude, it's like
Am I
talking to a
supposed
3-year-old.
to?
We're
So-
not clerics.
How to cleric 101. Do I pray?
Well, when Ace tries to talk to his god,
No, it's
doesn't
just
normally-
it's a powerful entity from what I figured.
doesn't normally turn out well for him.
Like a
Yeah,
demon?
but that you have like different kind of levels. I mean,
fae.
Ace,
like,
is your god a demon?
no, it's a fey entity. It's a fey
Probably
entity.
not. No.
She
more
acts
fae.
like
It's not
a demon.
reassuring.
Fey entities are chaotic.
Can I
and they
insight
sort of
check Ace? Is his god a demon?
You can if you like.
Go ahead.
It's not, I don't think, as Clay, but in character, Garbu doesn't know.
Uh-oh.
It's a demon, isn't it?
I mean,
What do I roll? No.
nah.
No.
I mean, you also have
Okay.
Elise telling you it's a fake creature.
It's Faye, but she
I
just
don't know a
acted
lot
like it was
about
the
Faye.
voice.
They just imagine nature gone crazy.
Imagine more of
Isn't
like a
nature like already crazy?
It's nature. Imagine nature on spice.
spice.
Good wordplay.
Which
You're gonna say
spice?
crack, but you said spice.
Which
Yeah.
spice? Paprika?
No, the spice that makes
Numa?
No.
the spice that makes people do strange things and see things.
Chili powder?
I thought in
Yeah,
Europe they
whatever.
just did cocaine and not crack.
I mean, I tried to make it American. Okay, fuck off.
I was being
Make it
serious. Like I
American.
thought
Fuck
that
off.
Yeah, no,
America's
like
definitely crack. Yeah.
yeah. I was trying to keep it like in the realm of how do you call it, relevant
Fantasy.
social context.
Oh.
No, but
I don't know the difference.
like
Smoke one of these.
cocaine is more pure. Cocaine
Yep.
is more pure. It's like actual cocaine, and crack is more like a bunch of shit
What's the
added to it.
difference between like weed and marijuana, or are
That's
they
the
just
same
Nothing.
thing.
okay?
It's the same
That's
thing.
a slang
What's
term.
meth?
Meth is an
It's
amphetamine.
a completely synthetic drug.
Yes.
Anyway,
No idea what's happening.
I don't either. I'm just.
it's not food spice. It's like the spice that it's psychedelics.
The spice that they sometimes you snort, put it into a thing to smoke it.
Yeah, whatever. Anyway,
There's a
it's
bunch of
it's not
different things.
it's
I've had
nature.
smoked paprika.
Whatever, garbage. It's fine. It's
Fine.
nature gone. I mean, it's more pure weird form. Anyway, I think you should maybe decide to like talk to your god at some point for real. If you're like really into like getting guidance from them, you should probably try talking to them instead of making things and sort of, you know.
I thought they had told me to talk to the dragon, so I was kind of taking what the dragons say as their words.
Yeah, but then the
Take
dragon
off.
sort of. I think what the dragon's trying to tell you, like, hey, go win and like get advice and then decide something. But then you can still go like, hey, I've talked to these dragons. This is what I've learned. This is what I think about it. What do you think? I mean, you can always.
I'll
I mean, you
ask
could
him if
try.
the blue fire is his next time, I guess.
Sure, if you want to ask about the minutia of everything, then sure.
How do I change it? No.
Should I ask him if he knows who the third is?
I mean, you
Maybe
can
the
ask.
third is Navara. Maybe that's why Paragon reacted so harshly.
I would first ask him if it's something you should even be messing with.
That's a good idea.
Because you have a main goal right now. What's your main goal?
To be good,
Yeah, to be good what?
dragon.
Yeah, yeah. So like that's your main goal. Doing this other
Then-
thing's not your main goal.
But if we're then gonna go into the whole like philosophical like side of it, like what's good and what's bad,
Are you a good dragon?
because the thing is
Murdering
like you have
bad.
you have to imagine like this, right? Like for the bad guy, they're the good guy, and for the good guy, they're the bad guy, and it's all
That's
perspective,
more
right?
about being the word of the day for today. Antagonist versus the good guy, rather than the antagonist is gonna think that they're in the right, but that doesn't necessarily make them good.
But what makes them the antagonist?
That they're opposed to the good guy.
If it's who decides who's the good
Who's
guy?
the protagonist?
The person who's doing the good things.
Yeah, but who decides what's a good thing? I mean, as I said, like we can get all philosophical about it, but
I mean, the good thing's like an
philosophical.
objective fact of what's good and what's bad.
But isn't like good and bad by definition not objective?
Objective.
No, that it's very objective.
So let me pose a hypothetical.
That was the word of the
Like,
day tomorrow.
let's say like this: if in a society, like let's do it like this, right? If in a society being, like what they value is being strong and taking what's yours, if you then murder someone, they don't
That's
look at that
bad.
badly. Yeah, but that's bad in our context. But in their context, it's something good.
Well, they're wrong.
No, by your context. So this subjectively, you think they're wrong, but like to them, they think they're right. So therefore, there's no objective good or bad. It's
Yeah.
only from your point of only
Man,
from your
I'm so
point of
glad.
view.
You're using
But
too
But
many
they're
words.
bad.
He's getting confused. All right, all right, all right.
Yeah,
It's stealing.
I know he's getting confused, but I
It's-
just trying to point out is like how that kind of thinking just puts you in circles and like in a like looping around, and you're like, well, what's good, what's bad, I don't know anymore.
Garbage.
Just
Man,
with there's
I'm glad
no
that we're not near any
objectiveness.
guards.
So if we're in
I'm
a
glad we're not
town
in
where it's
town.
good to murder people, or it's normal to murder people, then it's good?
No, that's
No.
legal.
Essentially.
Legal and good aren't the same thing. So is stealing inherently bad?
Yes.
So if a mother has a baby and she needs to steal food to feed it, is that bad?
She should ask for it.
She asked and they said no.
She should ask someone else.
She asked everybody in the town.
That's a bad town.
Yes, it is. Is it bad to steal the food?
Is it bad to steal from bad people?
Do you see what I mean?
Yes.
Right? So now you have to think about it. There's gray
Two
areas
bads don't make
everywhere.
a good.
Right.
It's still bad.
So it's bad to save to feed a starving baby. The baby dies if you don't feed it.
You see like smoke coming out of her.
Yeah, exactly.
I
Do you see what I mean about gray areas?
But it's bad.
But it's not. Do you think that
Oh.
I'm a good person?
Yeah,
I had to steal to feed myself on the road before I met
that's bad.
you. Yes.
But
I'm
you
still a
don't do
good
that
person.
anymore.
No, I have money now. And I start like
Yeah.
throwing up gold pieces. No, I'm just kidding.
Just start.
Make it rain.
Ow. It all
Some
hits
guy in the bush behind you just gets pelted.
God,
No, God, no.
this insight was just incredible. This slice is really hitting me hard, man.
But like I think what we can all should agree on is that good and bad is objective. Not objective, it's subjective.
I agree with you.
What do those mean?
Nope.
So,
Word of the day, next one.
anyways,
Word of the
anybody,
day, 3 days from
if
now.
nothing else, then we will move on to the next day, which is the 24th, and we'll also take a quick break because I gotta go pee. So we'll be right back.
Something about Bumbledore.
Let's get back into this. So
Dumbledore.
where we pick back up, you
As
guys.
we're going, he said there were wild animals everywhere that were going to kill that chick. I'm on the lookout for wild animals.
Though, I mean,
Make a
the only ones we've seen so far were vultures. Just saying.
Right, yeah.
No predators came for her during that time frame.
Would that be like
They're probably
perception?
scavengers.
and it's been stated that as like travel, while there's not a lot of dangerous creatures, traveling in a pack is a lot more safe than by yourself.
I mean, just make a fire. Like animals don't like fire.
Yeah.
So.
It has been stated that
I
way.
don't
So
either.
it's one of those, you're not going to run into like 5 million dangerous predators, but there has to be some sort of predator like on this island, but just not stupid enough to go against what could be a group of people, regardless of whether height.
And not to mention, probably like even animals probably can smell the danger on us.
Did we get long rests?
Oh yeah.
I mean, you guys
We were
ain't.
about to do watch.
Yes.
We were heading into
Well,
our watch.
Like, was anybody doing anything, or were you guys
No,
just?
we're done. We're done. We had a philosophical discussion about good and bad, and then we went. Sleep.
I'm going to say all that happened in between y'all's watches. Next day, long rest. Get it going.
Get going.
Heck yeah, dude.
Hey.
I have spells again, guys.
Oh, what are those?
Uneven. Okay. It's been a while since I had uneven. Shall we make our way to town
Hey.
then?
Yes.
All right. So you guys once again begin the journey of going back to Zilisi, or Zilisi, however you want to say it.
I mean, it's your town. You tell us.
I say it all the time, and it's always wrong. Anyways, you guys make it there. It is again though. The sun's going down. There is shops that are still, again, what you could consider shops, are still
Is
open.
the Eldorado duo still here?
You have no idea.
I'm gonna like Alicia just how do you call it? She's just annoyed. I'm gonna go look for random shit. That's what I always do in every town. So I'm gonna go look for random shit.
Okay.
I'm gonna walk around for now. Just enjoy walking.
Oh, fuck that. Let's see. Is there anything specific, Aeth, that you're
trying to get the thoughts of me killing those 5 guards out of my head and not trying to imagine me as one of the bandits.
Let's do. Okay. And why not work out the other two? All right, so roll a. You can either choose or you can roll a d8. Anything between 8 and under.
Okay. 4.
Oh, not you. You were just. You said you was walking around, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You
Oh,
were fine. You were walking.
Dave, I win.
You were walking.
Loser.
5. 1.
Good day, sir. You get nothing.
Okay.
Sit there with your own thoughts.
Fine, I'll eat my pizza, please.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, I guess if there's an actual place selling magic items, I also have a look at those, but I'm mostly looking for my random shit.
This place is where, kind of like before, a lot of people. Here is where people try to come and to invent or create things that are a little bit more for, not necessarily for the betterment, but not something too like insane or damning to like other creatures or people, unless it's something specific. But you would find more stuff like that like at Crisport. But here it is just people making inventions and seeing how it works. They like when people try to come in and buy some of the product or even test it out so they can get a better understanding of how to do it from the next time. Let's see. No. Anybody else doing anything while I'm doing this?
I have plans.
What are you doing?
I want to see if there's a temple.
Okay. And then I'll say this at random times because it takes a little bit. Oh yeah, let me look at this other thing too to see
How long it takes for a boat to get over there
No, not that.
and report our crimes.
There's
And
no
the guards
crime.
be on watch for us.
No,
I just like walking casually around town, like what?
no.
We're pumping money in the local economy. What do you want?
Oh yeah, I did do what I
Population
wanted
control.
to do actually. Okay. I don't have to go through too much stuff. This is good. You come across, let's see, there is a couple of items that just seems a little bit silly or weird. Some that just doesn't necessarily seem to have a lot of worth to them.
Somebody
Okay.
made this bowl that you can sit on, and you can leave your waste inside of that bowl and then pull a handle, and water comes in and removes the waste. That's weird. Why not just use an outhouse?
Gross.
Okay, so let's see. I will let you choose.
Remember that bowl we were talking about earlier? Now there's one where we put this little
I don't think anything
water object thing.
here.
It sprays your tushy.
Nothing there. All right, so
The next one over is it, but improved.
choose something between 1, 2, or 3.
2.
Pick number 3, my lord. No, pick number 3, my lord. Number 3.
Number 2.
You
Okay,
two fingers.
that's what he did.
Yeah, that was the reference.
Okay. Here you see this seems to be a little bit more kind of like accessories, if you will, in this one place, as they have something that like a mask that seems to be like an all metal. You see another very familiar earrings that you currently have. You see another interesting looking necklace, and another necklace, and like a nice pair of glasses. And these are all just accessories, in a sense, that you're seeing.
I look at the necklaces and the glasses.
Okay.
I want those earrings.
The necklace. Let's see. Did I put it on this?
Hey, yeah, put these
Okay.
on.
I
Say so.
did. The first one that you look at, it looks just like just a very simple type of necklace, you know, with a very small, just slightly weird design on it. Make a make a curiosity check.
What's the curiosity check?
I will say
Arcana, maybe?
nah,
No,
just
it's a
do
curiosity check.
it's like an insight.
Sure. Okay. Well,
I mean,
curiosity check.
unless you can make a weird,
The necklace wants to strangle you.
like a
Nah,
weird, what would be a good curiosity.
You better have sex with you.
Insider, I suppose. Curiosity check of 22.
Just kind of able to pick it up and look around on it. You see that when you hold the necklace in the opposite direction, it does show it's like a inverted pentagram, and it's made out of like, it's like as you flip it, the color kind of just changes from like this silvery like tone to like a wood like texture.
And he's like, what the fuck is up with this thing? That's funny.
The second one, go back to it. Okay, let me find it.
Wait, do the glasses let you see? Would they like be perfect for 8th and then you just leave them there and don't bring them up ever?
We'll see.
They're
Well,
literally the
Depends
exact
on-
thing 8th needs.
the second one, which is more of a gem like or crystal like necklace, as there is crystal kind of hanging from it. What are you feeling at this moment?
At this very moment, Elise is probably just feeling. Yeah, as you said, curiosity check. She's just curious about what all these things do.
But how are you feeling?
Neutral.
It's a mood necklace.
It's a really. Oh, it's like Elise just not like she's not really. Like it doesn't really help you, but in the sense of like she's not allowing herself to feel anything. She's just busy distracting herself, looking at random
Or that
shit.
blue
so-
calm or something, maybe?
It's just a plain crystal necklace.
It's a
Okay.
mood ring necklace, basically.
And then having the glasses. What do the glasses do?
The glasses, okay. So you just look at them?
She looks at them and then she puts them on and then she takes them off.
Okay, so as you put it on, your vision goes away. And you take it off, your vision comes back.
You give those to
Elise, Elise looks at the shop, the person in the shop, and is like, "How much for the glasses?"
The glasses.
Does it give him the blinded condition?
Oh my god.
42
Does that
gold
do
pieces.
42 gold pieces. Mm,
It's great.
I mean, it's a good prank item.
One day 8th actually gets his vision back, but he's wearing these glasses, so he doesn't know.
Oh my god.
That's
Fuck, man,
horrible.
that's advanced
It's
trolling. God damn
hilarious.
it.
It's
Um,
hilarious.
And then I look at the ear. I point at the earrings and I'm like, "How much for those?" I know what they do. I have those as well.
45.
45. How about we make it a solid 80 for the both of them?
Fair enough.
She hands over the 80 gold.
Now
Hand mat.
let me know how they work and if it works good, and if you can, I would love the feedback to, try to change, or if something's messing up.
Like Elise just puts on the glasses again, looks at the person. It's like I can't see shit when I put them on. So it's kind of funny.
Do you still have it on?
I put them on, yeah, and look at them.
The shopkeeper's like, "Oh, well, they do more than that. Why don't you turn around and just take a step?"
Okay, she turns around, takes
And
one step.
You do that, and the glasses kind of like you hear in your head, it describes what is around you.
It gets the opposite of captions, but for reality.
It's like Elise looks back at the person. It's like, why does everything start being narrated? That's so weird.
Well, I mean,
Isn't it? Wait, what's
What
the
kind of
voice
voice?
sound like, DM? We need a description of the voice.
Like, is it Morgan Freeman?
Is this like some teenager from? Is this like squeaky voice teen from The Simpsons voice in her head, or is it
No,
Morgan Freeman?
Hold on.
It's country bum.
Hold
I
on.
need-
Or where in the spectrum between
Well, you
is
look
it?
over yonder. There's a gosh darn
Okay.
tree with 2 broken branches.
I'm going to roll a very funny looking dice, and it will tell me because it has a bunch of movie
Gah.
styles like comedy or action. I'm going to roll
Yeah.
it. Whatever it lands on, I'll try to think of.
Comedy.
Western.
If it's action, it's probably like Samuel L. Jackson.
Oh, slightly boring, but I can make it work with it. It's weird. As
Rom-com, isn't it?
it's weird as like
Or-
you've never heard of something like this before, but it sounds like very monotone C3PO.
Oh, it's like a documentary or something. It's a.
It's a
what's the
sci-fi,
name?
so
Oh, it's robot.
Oh. Hello.
Okay, and I just look at these earrings. They sort of like mine, but then different. Like mine, I can send messages to people. Are these the same?
oh yeah, no, those were the same. Those were like a good practice of with the glasses. What I was trying to do.
Mm. I know that. I think one of my friends wants to have those earrings. Because they asked him about it before, so that's why.
Well, I mean, most of the stuff around I have, either made or, trying to loan from others to try to get a good sense of how to make things work.
Just gonna write down. Narrate glasses, that's what I call them.
So it was the glasses and earrings, and let me make sure.
And then I look at the posters. They're like a place where they sell like the traditional magic stuff, or is it just like people doing a bunch of random shit like you?
Oh, no, never mind, I lied. The earrings do the exact same thing.
But do they do the exact same thing?
Oh my god.
An earring that telepathically describes whatever is visible in front of the wearer.
What voice do the earrings have?
Come on. Rotcom, let's go!
And then you just have two different voices talking to you at all times.
I want an Arnold voice.
Oh, you got
Arnold
to go in that
Schwarzenegger.
direction.
In front of you, there's a cat.
It's
I
the same
will-
voice.
You will get your Arnold Schwarzenegger, as that's the one it was
Yes.
selected.
Yeah, yeah.
No. Get
As
that.
it-
There's like
It was
There's a
action,
release now.
so
there's a release now.
At least one ear has the sending. The other ear has Arnold Schwarzenegger just constantly yelling in your ear.
Yeah.
get to the boat now.
Half of the descriptions are just that.
There's a kobold in front of you.
Smite him. Hit him with your bolt. All right.
Anyway, I just look at the photos. Like I like these items, but anyway, is there a shop with like the usual bullcrap, or is it just like a bunch of random shit there?
Most of, and I'm gonna put the description for these in the item stuff. the shopkeeper will pretty much explain. Most stuff here is just people's creations. I mean, I'm sure there is some that make, uh, you know, magical weapons or armor and stuff, but it's not like the main thing we do. We just try to invent to help one another.
Like an axe that farts.
So this one, copy.
Hoping I would have got a wow.
So yeah.
All right. So I look at the guy. I'm like, okay, fine. Well, we have like someone that I know is blind, so maybe these glasses will help them in some way. I mean, I like the earrings. They have a funny voice.
I mean, the earrings were for my mother, who was also blind, and I tried my best to help her out as best I can. The voices
like the
are
voice?
like really hard to nitpick. Like
Entertaining.
it just kind of chooses its own when you create it. It just kind of like
I mean, I like it. Best
I don't-
80 gold I spent in the last.
The earrings
few-
are actually the items are sentient. They choose their own voices.
Yeah.
Based off the person that they feel like.
All right.
Well, thank you for your time and fun items. I like these things.
Not a problem. Thank you for coming by, and like I said, let me know if there's any issues with them, or if there's like improvements, or anything that I can do to try to make them better.
Very good.
All right.
Oh,
And then Elise puts on the earrings and just starts walking around town.
Oh,
Oh!
Listening to the narration.
it is just he is going.
It's a fucking. Elise is having just a fun time, like just
Half
walking
of
around
them aren't even words, probably.
Some are just rants.
town. Elise is.
You walk
Like-
past like some old lady, and he just goes off about it.
Get out of the way! I'm walking here, but can't even hear. So
Like,
anyways.
just imagine
I
shouting
wish
Elise.
people would be
Yeah.
able to hear. I wish people would be able to hear the ears.
No, not for me. I
Somebody
can't keep
casts
doing it.
detect thoughts. Somebody casts detect thoughts on Elise, and they just hear the Arnold earring just going off.
How to
Yeah.
counter someone's detect thoughts by like fucking with their shit so hard they just hear fucking Arnold pushing. They're like, what? That doesn't make any sense. And she can double whammy it to completely confuse someone and herself by putting on the glasses as well. I think she does that for like literally half a probably like 5 seconds, and she goes like, ah, fuck this shit. and
Gets a
takes
bit
the
of a
glasses.
headache.
Yeah.
As
Double
you just have a
narration.
voice going, "You see a fountain ahead of you to your left. You
There's
see
fountain
a
in front
dog
of you."
running past."
Shouting in your ear. Anyway. I'm satisfied. I have gotten my random shit.
All right. Anybody else?
I wanted to look for a temple.
Okay, right. And let's see. This one is a lot more closer to the kind of like the. It's like a little bit on the outside of the city, but it's in between the port and the city. But
Would it be a little bit of a walk then?
It would be.
Would it be far enough of a walk that I'm not going to make it back before like dark?
No, you should be fine.
Okay.
Should be fine.
And what is it a temple to?
Your mom. Yeah.
Ma, is that you?
I've been here the whole time.
I've been here the whole time, honey.
This one is kind of like interesting in a way where when you go in, there's nothing leading towards a specific deity or patron. It's almost like it's in a way that whoever, this is pretty much like an open temple to whatever you follow. You can come here and try, as we're trying to be as encouraging as possible for people to connect to uh, their patrons, and a lot of this is definitely towards uh, sailors who, when they dock, if they're about to have to make another trip or a long trip, as between Crisport and Zillicy is not the only ones, as there is ships that do kind of come from all directions, but there is two main trade routes, as you guys can currently see. And so some who might have to make a long trip or who goes from somewhere else, this is kind of like a place that they can come say a prayer or try to convene with somebody that they feel like a little bit special to and head back out.
Do I see like oh, sorry.
No. I was just going to say, like, there is a little bit of like a more kind of like a waterish theme to it.
It should not come here. He would drown.
It's definitely hinted to be a little bit towards sailors and praying towards like safer travels across water.
Is there a priest or priestess?
You don't really see any. You do see people that look like they're trying to take care of the temple in terms of like keeping things clean and stuff, but you don't really see an active priest or priestess.
Anybody who seems to be like religiously praying?
I mean, there's a couple of people that are just in random spots that a lot of this again was made for like people to kind of come in, you can find a spot and then go out. So there's not like, like a church where there is bleachers or a podium here or there. It's just there's a lot of very small like kind of alcoves of sections that people can go into, and it's big enough to maybe have like 3 people stand side by side, and then like they can kind of again make a prayer in a little bit of a solitude of their own, and then they leave.
I'll see one of the people praying in the alcove, and I'll head towards one of the other alcoves.
Like in just an empty one?
Yeah.
Yeah, easy enough.
Are the people probably like bowing or something?
Depending on
I'll try to simulate what I see other people doing.
There is people who are on their knees. There is people who are standing. Looks like they're trying to touch the within the alcove is just like a very small thing of like a railing, and they're just kind of like holding onto the railing, like that's what they're possibly using as a channel, if you will.
I look up at the railing that's a good foot above my head, and then I'll just kneel onto the ground, I guess.
Yeah,
or stand and put my hands on the bench.
Yeah, that's
even.
easily doable. Again, there's just the small amount of people that are in right now.
Garbu's literally the height of my son, and that's kind of what I'm using for reference.
Your son is not 2 feet tall.
He's like 20-something inches.
That doesn't. It's a bit. Hey, you can't stand. You can't be. Never mind. All right. Let's just...
Anyways.
Long, okay, not tall.
There we go.
You want? He's standing. He's freestanding for like 1, maybe 2 seconds before he just kind of goes and falls. But
seems legit.
He's trying to figure it out. But I'll stand, I guess, with my hands on the bench in front of me and kind of put my head down, and I'll try and reach out to the platinum dragon.
All right. What do you do? What do you say?
I'm not sure on how to do this. I've never really been good at it. but I'm trying to come to you for guidance and help. I need some answers and some clarifications.
Okay. What do you ask? What do you say? I mean, you're not getting like a response, but
That's Garbu keeps like saying something and then like listening for a few seconds.
you just kind of hear like other people going through their prayers or chants.
In the cave, was the blue flame you? Am I currently following the good path by not going towards that, or should I have gone towards the whispers? Just like, literally, like every
My
line,
God,
he
where
just
are
like
you?
stops and like listens.
As you're just like listening around, there is an old man who kind of like walks behind you. He's just hearing voices in your head, little one.
Trying
Yeah,
to.
uh, I try to ignore the ones in mine. Uh, it's hard to always tell what's going on when you hear them, huh?
Yeah.
Well,
This old guy okay in the head?
I'm perfectly fine, thank you.
That wasn't out loud. That was me to the DM.
Look, that was probably to a voice inside my head, but I'm fine. It's just takes a little
Do
bit
you
for me
hear?
to
Do you hear
walk a
like
little.
4 people in your head who kind of sound like they're playing a game or something?
There's just tons of people. One's going on about this, and another's going on about that. It's
One's
crazy.
blowing his nose, maybe.
Is that what that is? Thought it was the wind. Don't do that.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm just tired.
Maybe you should take a
he
nap.
he kind of just comes into your alcove with you, and he's just, so what are you doing?
I was trying to talk to the Platinum Dragon.
Platinum Dragon. Why?
Because I wanted to know if they had answers for me.
Isn't that like everybody? Always expecting answers. Just kind of.
You're my ship.
Well, what are you asking? I'm bored. Sorry. Not
I
sorry.
was, well, we followed the. We went to like this camp where we were trying to find this gnome who could like make an arm for my friend. He's blind, but that's not related to the arm thing. Well, it's kind of related to the arm thing because they both have the same.
He's snoring right now.
Garbu probably continues on to like the point of finding the gnome and killing sailors before he really notices the guy snoring, and then he's like, "Oh, sleep well," and I just kind of pat his leg, and then I'll turn around and I will try to cast Sending, targeting the dragon that I saw when I was back at Zetham, when I was inside that temple and I had the vision of falling from the sky. Because as far as no, I saw in that vision the Platinum Dragon, so I'm going to try to cast Sending, targeting the Platinum Dragon themselves
It doesn't go
at the
through.
risk of being killed. I cast it, and I'll basically ask the same questions, and then it doesn't go through, and I'm like, is the Platinum Dragon dead? You just see like a panicked look on Garbu's face for a second where he's like, oh my god, what could this mean? And then I'll try ascending to Lycouth, who is the priest back in Beaumont,
Okay.
and I'll be like, hi, so this is Garbu. I'm not very good at praying, and I'd like your advice on how I should do it. That actually worked out pretty well.
Is that it?
Yeah,
Is that
that was
all?
the
Okay.
25 words. That was it. I ran out of words. I would have said more if I had more words.
Um, they respond. It's
in-
it is a little bit hard to try to get exact answers, and a lot of times you don't hear what you want to hear. But that's what faith is and what you believe to be true. Is everything okay?
I really need to start telling people that they can only respond once. I just think to myself. I'll have to follow up tomorrow, I guess. And then I'd like to try sending a message to. I will walk out and then I'll try sending a message to Zildroan. Because I saw them fly over during the boat things and I know their name.
The amethyst dragon.
Yes, the
Okay.
purple amethyst one. Hello, my name is Garbu. I've talked to Bahamut, Paragon, and Nodrand, and I'm trying to talk to each of the dragons. Can I come talk to you?
As you hear, kind of like behind you, what is it that you need to speak? As you can see, just a female who's been leaning on the side of the temple building, just leaning there.
Were you following me?
I had a few questions I needed to ask, but I thought I'll allow you to do your thing first.
Is
As
the
she kind of
platinum dragon dead? Do you know? I tried sending a message and it didn't go through.
she pushes off of the building and kind of walks up, and you can now see the uh parts of the skin is like scale like, but give off that amethyst like glow to it, which again the dragons don't fully turn into like a humanoid exactly. She's just pretty sure the whole world would shake if he was dead, don't you think?
Yeah, but like the message didn't go through, so I thought maybe
You,
something was.
you ain't gonna be able to just send him a message. He's not from this world. If that makes any sense, he's a lot higher.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. I just thought that it would, like, cause he's like a person still, that-
That's not
right?
of this realm.
Yeah,
If he was here, pretty sure a lot of us would want to speak with him.
yeah. So what do you want to ask of me? I'll answer your questions first, I guess.
I want to ask about the attack that happened out at sea, and any details that you can provide.
You were on the boat when Hansu, the yellow, right? Yellow
Correct.
dragon. Yellow dragon, um, just kind of came out of the storm and big, loud, uh, electric beam broke apart the ships and um, a lot of people were struggling.
Did did he come across you guys? Did you guys come across him? How did you the ship, the convoys meet with Hansu?
The convoys had just left port and were heading to Zisei, Zilisai. Um, Garbu doesn't, not the smartest, so he gets excuses to mispronounce things. Um, and they were heading northward, and out of the clouds he kind of came out, and it looked like he was making a beeline towards the ship, I guess.
Was he looking for anything, targeting anything specifically? I'm trying to figure out what his motives are and what he's doing. Seems no matter where he goes, it's always hard to find him.
Fresh my recollection, he targeted our boat first.
No, I think he just targeted everything.
He, well, in a sense, yes, he did target your boat first, but it was also because it was the first boat. But he did go through everything.
Yeah. I would explain that then.
He pretty much...
That, he left after he sunk all the boats, more or less, because the other dragons showed up, right?
Yeah, he pretty much, you know, if you were to kind of scatter a couple of ships in a, you know, like a little bit of a handful like area, he just like connecting the dots. There was no singular purpose. He just went through each individual one that
Whichever
happened.
one was closest, he just went.
And then once
He
all of that,
destroys them all, and he's like, "Oh, it made a little star shape when I connected all the dots."
once all of them were like destroyed, he, you know, kind of took like a one look to see if there was any other ones remaining. There was none, and he left.
That's pretty much what seems to have happened. And then my friends and I tried to save as many as we could from the water.
I am aware of that, and that's why it made it a little bit easier to find you. We don't
How
get...
long have you been following us? Did you follow us to the cave? Do you know about the lady who follows Tiamat?
What are you talking about?
We went. Uh, we were trying to find this guy. Goes. Garbu tells the entire story in full honesty. The mistake of killing the people. The explosions multiple explosions that he had a lot of fun going through. Too many words for anyone who would get annoyed at a lot of words.
She kind of just listens to all of it, and at first it's just like, you know, disappearance and murder, kind of like, I hate to hear something like that. She doesn't respond, but it's just like a little bit of her reaction. It's just like, I hate to hear something like that, especially with what happened earlier. And then it kind of shifts to like, did you like as you explained about the incident at the ship, and it's just like confused of like why are you doing, why would you do, or any of your members do anything of that sort, you know? And then you explain about the system itself, and she kind of at first really thinks that you're just like on drugs or something in a sense. But then you get to talking about like that inner chamber where there was the obelisk, the altar, this one dragonborn lady who follows and stated to follow Tiamat, this black like...
And a third who follows a third.
Yeah.
Entity.
And then that's just kind of where she gets a little like confused, and it's just...
We thought they were up to something fishy, and I was a little intimidated, so I cast Calm Emotions, and my friend cast a heat metal spell on the other one's armor, and we ended up toning things back down, but things just seemed very off there, and I tried praying about it, and I saw a little blue flame that sort of drifted towards the altar, and I wasn't sure if that was reflective of... Sorry, I shouldn't say that word. If that was the Platinum Dragon telling me to go there, to do it.
I just Ignore that. That's probably something petty and stupid.
Oh, do you know Nevera, by the way? I asked Paragon and she like took off in a rush, and then I asked Nodrin and Nodrin seemed concerned. And so at this point, I'm just kind of curious, like why the concern and the freaking out.
Nevera?
Yeah,
The
they were
name.
like underground beneath Charnwick.
The
Charnwick.
the name sounds a little bit familiar. I'm not entirely sure. Honestly, I probably just don't remember it. Probably nothing
Are
important on.
you younger than Paragon and Nodrin, or?
Well, of course, there's some older ones and some younger ones, but I'm probably a little bit in between.
Okay. Well, I was just wondering because the place where I found Nevera seemed really old.
Honestly, I wouldn't know. I'll probably ask about it later, but I honestly don't know.
Seem really nice compared to the other dragons. They seem really intimidating.
Well,
Well, Nodrin was nice, but still intimidating. But
we all have our own different moods and sets. I mean, I prefer to be able to walk around amongst the people, which that's what I'm able to do. The guild here doesn't seem to be too much of a bother, as well, most of the others tend to be different. So, I'm a little bit more relaxed. Go with the flow. Anyways, thank you for the questions. As she just kind of just starts walking away with her hands in her
I
pocket.
had another question.
Like from here to foot, kind of just does a little bit of a turn. Yes?
How how could I get people to understand to be afraid of my wrath? Do you have any ideas?
You want to know how people could be afraid of you?
That was, yeah, that was what Nodrin had said to me, and my friend kind of expressed that like I don't want them to be afraid of me. I want them to be like afraid of what I could do.
You're gonna have to be specific there, little one. I mean, as she kind of starts approaching, go ahead and make a wisdom saving throw.
Using like a frightening presence on me. That was 13.
As she like is just approaching, at first it looks like she's just walking calmly. She was only a couple of feet away from you. But like in just a split moment, like you feel like the distance was a little bit longer, and every step she took, like she grew bigger. The shadow just kind of grew in size to like, yes, you are now frightened of her. And then she kind of places her hand on your shoulder, and it just kind of like winces away. And there are many ways that people can be afraid of you, but you're gonna have to be specific on why you want people to be afraid of. Well, she kind of like stands back up a little bit to look at you, like you.
2 feet tall.
Puts her hands back in her pocket.
Says, infinite cosmic power, itty bitty living space,
Yeah.
or whatever. I mean, I can do some good magic things, but I don't think I'm that scary, I guess.
Are you trying to be scary? Like
No?
I'm confused on
Should
why.
I be?
That's up to you, I guess. Doesn't matter to me.
Okay. you have any advice for following the path that I'm on?
And what path is that? Like, look, you're being very vague, and like I feel like you're emphasizing something that I don't understand.
So, I'm trying to be a good dragon. Right now, I'm kind of chaotic, kind of not very good.
Not a dragon is
Earlier,
what you
the
mean.
mistake. No,
You're a kobold.
yeah, but I'm a good dragon. If I'm
Or-
good.
Anyways, continue.
So, but I'm tending more towards the chaotic side, I feel like. And Nadrin kind of hinted that if I slip up or fail, I could kill a lot of people.
Okay, first off, you're a kobold, not a dragon.
Yeah.
I hate to burst your bubble there,
I'm
little one.
good. If I'm good, I'll be a dragon.
You're trying to become a dragon?
I just will
Oh, you're trying to do one of those things. I haven't really seen one like that before. I mean, she kind of just leans back. I've heard about it, I think. Oh, okay. So, anyways, what did she tell you? Nadrin.
if I fail, I could kill hundreds. But if I succeed, I could save thousands.
If people were afraid of you.
But I need to learn to have a present that makes people understand that they should be afraid of me.
I'll tell you this. As she kind of bends down a little bit to try her best to meet you at an eye and eye situation, but she is relatively tall. You want people to like you.
Yeah.
Not be afraid of you.
Yeah.
You know how some people used to worship dragons? Used to give them offerings so that people won't ever attack them and, crazy stuff like that. Well, you, let's just say you don't want to be one of those kind.
Okay. Not a bad dragon.
Yeah, sounds good enough to me.
Okay.
Stands back up. Alright. Well, I got other things I gotta go do. So, good talking to you. And she kind of pats you on the
Thank
head
you.
like a like a pet and just keep it up and you do fine. And just
Want a paperweight
walks away.
as like a thank you gift? No?
She just waves her hand. See you around, little dragon.
She was really
That
nice.
is that is the most Midwestern dragon I have
She
ever
says
known.
"ope" as she bumps into somebody.
Oh,
So
Probably bumps into them and says "ope," and then the person's immediately like, "I'm so sorry. I'm sorry."
damn straight.
And like Elise is walking past through town, like sees the dragon in the earrings, like, and that is a dragon, and I'm like, it's just a person. What the fuck?
Get the dragon! Get the dragon!
I'll be back.
They'll be back.
I need to get gold for the dragon. He goes on a huge rant of just
Oh my god.
I need to bow.
Elise takes the office, like, fuck my life, it's too much now.
It was like a solid,
Shortly
As-
after you see the
2
dragon,
hours.
you see Garbu coming back, just kind of smiling, like, "That was a really nice conversation."
That's a little one.
Before, as you're taking the earring off, it's just like, no, don't take me off it. And then it goes quiet.
Silence.
Combine that with the cloak of itchiness, and we can torture someone. Torture them
Not
through
really.
gifts.
As Elise looks at the person at the earrings as the dragons, like, huh. Anyway.
I think you can see like some of the amethyst coming through and
Oh yeah,
stuff.
for
right?
sure. With
Yeah.
her fucking stupid perception, she's like, huh.
Well, I think they just normally have some showing, even to like
Yeah.
normal.
Yeah, no,
viewers.
it's in a way that you can always tell if that is a dragon in a humanoid
Oh.
shape.
As I walk past the dragon lady, I'm like, hello, dragon lady.
It's just sup. Just
Sup.
keeps fucking walking.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like Lisa's just super chill about it as well. It's like, sup. And I literally keep on walking like nothing happened.
She like
Well,
goes
I would
over,
also
like
mention
pays
that he still
something.
had like the glowing crown as well. By the way,
Yeah.
Hanzu, he still had like the glowing crown above his head.
Yeah, I would assume that.
Yeah, sorry. I just didn't know what all got conveyed by the just general saying, yeah, I tell her everything that happened.
I have a decent mind of
Yeah.
so.
So, yeah, Garvey, what's up? What up?
I talked to the dragon. She was
Yeah, I
really
saw the
nice.
dragon. I saw the dragon lady. She's
A lot
kind of
less.
chill.
So like the other dragons were all like really, I guess harsh might be the word,
Hmm.
or like uptight. I
Mm.
guess she seemed really
I-
like laid back, really scary. I kind of understand why like Clarence is into like the stronger people a bit now, but like because that was intimidating, but at the same time really cool. And so like
Just paying
yeah.
What
you
were you
no
into?
mind.
What were you into her?
I mean it was really cool. So like she did this thing where she like
Elise looks at
she like
at
stepped
Garvey,
towards me
looks down.
and then like her size grew and it was terrifying. But then like she patted me on the shoulder and everything was like back to normal. And it was like really impressive. Cool.
Yeah. Are you having like weird butterfly feelings? Like in your stomach?
Mm. I kind of feel like I need to use the bathroom, I guess. Like I need to poop. Is that butterfly or is that just from eating all the leather and just like chicken bones? and-
That's probably eating wrong bad shit. Never mind. I said nothing.
I said nothing.
Anyway, I have these fucking hilarious glasses and earrings.
What do they do?
Like, all the glasses make you blind, but then they start narrating everything.
That'd be good for eighth. He'd be able to like not see, but like know more about what's
mean,
around him.
The problem is that this gets really fucking annoying after all because it describes everything.
Everything? What do you mean?
Everything. Puts on the glasses on the Garbu.
I can see now. You guys are just going by. There's a bush. There's another bush. There's another bush.
Yeah.
Eighth on the cart, just there's a pebble on the road.
You know what the best
There's
thing
another
would be?
pebble on the
As
road.
I said,
God
like the
damn it.
with
You
as the
see a
joke
horse's
that I
butt
made
in your face.
with the earrings, that like the earrings and the glasses see through every magical disguise and everything. It's like there's an invisible person next to you. Like, what? That's literally so
Technically, they
upsetting
would
to me.
read what's around you, right?
Yeah. Anyway, so like these things are really hilarious, but I like collecting random items.
Did you try them both at the same time? Did
Yeah.
that work?
No.
Or
No. Not
no?
pleasant.
You gonna give it to eighth? Both of them,
Mm,
or
No. I like the earrings.
oh,
They have a funny voice.
what's it sound like?
An aggressive male figure.
No.
That Clarence might be into that. To be fair.
Aggressive is not the term. It's strong.
No,
and
I think he likes like the soft-handed version.
Soft-handed.
it's strong and independent.
I thought he liked oily.
Oh, I do. I'm not there. I don't know what- I'm not there. I don't know what I'm
Squeeze
talking
around the
about.
corner. I do.
Not
It's like,
Clarence
oh,
just
yeah.
joins up with the group.
Ew.
Anyway, should make our way back probably. Well,
Yeah.
how was it? Did you talk anything interesting with the dragon, other than stuff?
I tried. So I met an old man, and he fell asleep after I tried to tell him stuff. And then I
Okay.
tried to send a message to Bahamut, and it didn't really go through.
I mean, you probably know that gods have like, or godlike entities have protections against that, right? So they don't get bothered by idiots like us.
No.
Okay, well, Probably do.
Now I know.
I mean, probably. I'm just a guess. I don't know. I mean, if I was a godlike entity and I wouldn't want fucking people like you fucking bothering me all the time.
Makes a lot of sense. I wouldn't, I guess, want people
I
talking
guess
to me either.
AIDS patron, whatever the fuck you want to call it, should probably get one of those too.
I wonder if I can send a message to 8th patron.
Eh.
'Cause
Probably don't.
she's not a god.
She'll probably fuck your shit up.
Yeah,
I wouldn't recommend.
probably.
Anyway, she'd probably
And
make
then-
her way back.
Then I sent one to the priestess back in Beaumont,
Uh-huh.
and she didn't really seem sure to how to help me without more information.
Yeah, we'll figure
And
it out.
then of course I talked to the dragon. She was apparently following me.
Okay.
I'm apparently one of the easiest ones of us to follow.
That tracks.
You look down at the heavy armor that clangs as he
yeah, yeah.
walks.
Yeah, that tracks. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Alright. Did you spill everything, all the beans on everything, I
Yeah.
suppose?
I why wouldn't I?
No, she was cool about the things that happened there.
She seemed, I guess, she didn't really seem to like it, but she didn't really react that much.
Oh, okay, then we're cool. Okay, never mind. Then we're all fine. If the biggest authority in the city goes like, yeah, well, whatever, then we're cool.
Yeah.
Well,
Anyway, let's go find the rest.
Anybody else doing anything? No.
I was
Oh.
gonna go to the place and just hang out and watch the arm guy place.
He hasn't made it back yet.
Okay. Then I will just chill and look at all the inventor people doing stuff, just chilling
All right.
in disguise.
No, an
That's
assassin jumps out and
That's it.
just
Just
shanks
in
you like
disguise.
8 times.
It's in disguise.
The person that I have
It's a
assigned to
rat, too.
assassinate you has just been standing there staring at you like, I know this entire time, but I'll let your disguise go on for
They're
another-
wearing those earrings as well, and
Technically,
the earrings are going. You see a goblin in front of you.
I'm
That
trying-
matches the description of your contract.
I'm trying to be stealthy while I do it, so they would have disadvantage on all perception checks to find me. Because I have a cloak that says that. Right?
Mm.
If that's what it does.
Yes. Yeah, the cloak of.
So, what are you doing specifically, though?
Bro, just I feel her.
Filler content.
Yeah. I kind of honestly just want to talk
Well-
to the prosthetic arm dude. Like legit, that's it.
Well, I mean, yeah, but like, are you? Because you said you're kind of looking around. Like, are you in the shadows, or are you just kind of like out and about, trying to be
No,
not
I would be
discreet?
kind of discreet. 100% discreet. I'm not trying to get.
Attention.
Make a perception check.
Me?
Yeah, you.
There
I
we go.
can't see. Can I have the
Ah,
talking
No,
glasses?
it
funny.
can see.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Jerk.
14. That's actually good for me.
Okay.
If you see nothing, everybody else, you see something.
I see a turtle.
It was like
Alright.
as these are walking past, like that's an assassin.
So,
Uh,
anybody else? Nothing.
no,
Okay.
just finding the rest and I get group up again.
All right.
Oh, you got anything?
So, where do you guys stay?
Where do we stay?
Is there like an inn or a tavern nearby?
Why don't you look around, see if you can see one?
I'll tell you how it works.
I'll
I
say
think
it's.
At least puts on the glasses on his head. Well, now you can see. Ish.
It is instantly.
If he's not stepping, right? If he's standing still, it doesn't instantly do anything, right?
Well,
it was
yeah,
then at least started to move that it did anything.
I push
Yeah.
him around.
No.
like in a very C3PO voice, like, there's the ground in front of your face. There is, like, it just starts explaining everything, the direction that you're, like, looking.
Like you look over, it's like you see a sign that has a gear and a hammer on it.
But there is tons of these are like think of like Airbnb stuff in medieval times. Just there's not really a tavern. It's just more of there is certain people who are like offering their abode for people to stay in certain areas and so on and so forth, depending on the group.
Are the
What?
dumb question? Are the lenses on the glasses clear or shaded? You know, like sunglasses? Are they like
uh
sunglasses?
I'm actually going to say that there is a real like almost like a slight mirror-ish to them. So it's almost like if somebody's looking, it's like they would have to have some really good perception to kind of be able to see through it. Not like it's a huge magical effect, but it's part of the effect itself to describe what you see.
Since I'm a small town kid, I'm gonna like these gifts, so I'm not gonna take them off yet. So I guess I'm gonna deal with C3PO until we find a freaking Airbnb. This is great.
It's just Airbnb. It's like I look at, hey, did you book the
Oh.
Airbnb?
She also didn't seem to know who Navarra was.
Who the fuck
I
cares about
thought was
Navarro?
weird. Well, because the other dragons both knew.
I mean, maybe this. She's like this. This dragon just literally doesn't give a shit.
Maybe she's like the you of dragons.
Yeah, I like her.
Or the
That's why we could like we kind of clicked as we walked past. I said like, "Yo, what up?" And she was like, "What up?" And then we just kept on going. Anyway, I look at the
Like the
Airbnbs.
it's got 2.5 stars.
This one has
There's
3.7.
you won't be able to really find well if two of you and the other two share the same bed, then yes, but other than that, you either find room like
Is
little
there a couch?
We have
Can find-
bedrolls.
We can find separate Airbnbs.
I only got 10 gold.
You only got
How do
10
you
gold.
only have 10 gold?
Well, did you eat your gold or something?
What happened to the rest?
I spent it on the big clump of silver.
No. Well, I go find this really old nice lady for 8, and I'm like, in the Airbnb place, I'm like, hey, can this guy stay at your place tonight?
make a persuasion check.
He's blind.
God,
And then
please
say
stop
that.
telling everybody that.
He's also
22.
defenseless.
Jeez.
Go ahead and roll it one more time, just for shits
No.
and giggles.
I was trying to help.
Okay.
18. We're just
So
going high.
for 22, she's just, oh, why certainly tell him to come in this way, and just all shaky and just, and this is a. What's funny too is this is a gnome woman, so the building itself is a little bit small.
And then
But
I just I laugh. I take off the glasses and I give him and I put his normal glasses back on. I'm like, hey, this old lady will take care of you for tonight, 8.
Okay.
if you just have a hard time, but you eventually find a small bed. She doesn't really tell people that her area is more suited for smaller creatures. And so you're like, feet hanging off the bed. It's really uncomfortable, but you can make it work.
The blanket's not even covering up my knees.
It's it's like it's a barely enough just to kind of cover your chest, and that's it.
and then I can just go like, oh, well, now it's time to find a serious place for myself.
But depending for the rest of you, you can either spend 5 copper, 5 silver, or 5 gold. That will be up to you guys to.
Are you kidding me? I thought it was gonna be 50.
You want to
You're
split
not
one?
gonna spend it.
Clarence? Or Yeah, Clarence, you want to split one?
Ugh,
I'll
Um,
pay the 5 gold.
I mean,
I
it's
had
but yeah,
silver.
we don't have to like you can have your own if you want.
Oh, I didn't know.
I mean,
Elise look.
you want
Elise
to
looks
stay
at.
with
Elise standing behind Garmin, is like mouthing the word assassin.
I'll go get another one then.
Oh, okay. Yeah, cool. I mean, you don't
If
have
you...
to leave. I like hanging out with you.
Oh, I just thought that based on what you said, you might want one to yourself.
Like Elise
Oh no,
like
I'm
goes
not
up to
mad.
Garmin's ear, like she kneels down, she goes up to his ear. Assassins.
Fine. We'll stay together.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you run out in the middle of the night, I'm letting you
Just so
go
we're
this
clear,
time.
out of character, I'm kind of frustrated with myself right now. So from that last roll, and the DM knows why, but I don't think anybody else knows why.
I was just having a grand old time here putting A to the fucking shit as me and B. Because it's funny as fuck.
The bed breaks during the night.
Yeah, it's a gnome-sized bed.
So-
Originally intended for her son,
I
who's
can,
now
I
moved
didn't-
away to be a
I
sailor.
can make you smaller.
For a minute.
Yeah.
Well, that's long enough to fall asleep.
I'm gonna go look for some, like Elise just going around looking at the places. Just gonna
Falls
look for
asleep,
some-
instantly grows back to normal
Yeah.
size and hits his head.
What I
Yeah.
wanted.
I'm looking.
was
I think Elise is gonna look for some half elf lady or elven
I'll look
woman.
for a
like,
gnome house because we're both roughly gnome-sized,
Yeah, that's actually a really good point.
It's-
or maybe a halfling.
No,
Halfling.
halfling's better. Gnomes are too small for me, but they're your size.
I'm about the same size as a gnome.
It doesn't
He's
matter.
like-
right? It's relative.
I mean, gnomes and halflings are like
smaller. Like goblins, I think, or like sort
One's
of
like
goblins.
3
size.
foot, one's like 2 foot.
They're about
They're-
the same size.
they're
Halflings are
close
about the same
enough.
size.
I'm a bigger goblin too.
I'm not gonna put tomatoes on that.
Oh, you can
Mhm.
also
Oh,
just
yeah.
find like a normal person's bed.
Yeah, that's cool too. Yeah, let's just do
It'd
that.
be big. It'd
Mm.
be like a
Yeah, we could,
California
like,
king for
sideways,
my
yeah.
bed.
Like you could be on one end sideways, and I could be on the other end sideways, with a bunch
Even
of
if it's a
pillows in
twin.
between. Because sometimes when you sleep with your little brother, he rolls around a lot and punches you. So like,
Or
yeah.
kicks.
No,
Kicks
it's
as well.
specifically this is real. I can't sleep with Brady.
I don't do it as much anymore, but I used to
Believe you.
punch and kick a lot more. Well, when I lived at Wright State, a lot of times I would end up hitting the walls, and so it would wake me up, and then I would, over time, I guess I just stopped doing it as much because of that.
Anyways,
Back to D&D.
so are you guys sleeping in the same place?
Yes.
No, I think they're sleeping in the same place. I think I split up to
Okay.
my own place.
If Clarence is sleeping with me, I will pay for the more expensive one 5 gold.
Okay, easy enough. So you guys get your rest, and
No.
at least it's not to the point where you would need a exhaustion because it's just unable to.
It's like
You
at
could
that- it's
you
like
could
on
still-
that cusp.
you could still do it. It's just like it's so uncomfortable though. There's just parts like your lower back just like hurts when you try to get up, and you have to still be a little bit crouched as you kind of go through the whole building.
Sleep on the
I
floor.
make the mistake
Just
of
sleep on the floor.
like as soon as I sit up to go like stand.
Yeah. So
Ah,
It's like one of those little the little kid like playhouses that they have in the backyard. Those little like tiny ones. That's like
instead
the
of smacking
height of
yourself.
the ceiling.
kind of
yeah, instead of
kinda
hitting-
close
Enough
to
to
it.
hitting,
just
like,
sit up
plastic
if you're
and hitting
sitting on the
wood.
floor. But
So
oh, but you're tall too, aren't you? Eighth is
I'm
tall.
6'6".
Yeah. Yeah, no, listen, as somebody who's 6'5", you can't fit comfortably in this house. If it's designed for somebody who's like under 3 feet, there's no way you can fit comfortably at all in any position. Crawling, sitting, no.
I know.
yes. Okay.
I'm that tall. You can lay down and like army crawl maybe.
So next day, how stiff does 8 look to me?
So as we get on the 25th, Like he,
Pretty fucking stiff.
you're hurting. You're gonna need some joints worked out for sure.
Oh,
Uh,
God.
good night sleep. Elise just giggles. I had a really good night. Anyway,
The smallest fucking person you could find, huh?
I mean, there was someone smaller, but I didn't want to touch you that much.
Can we please go see the fake arm guy? I've been
I mean, I
dying.
don't know. Are they here yet?
I don't know. I want to talk to him.
The foot frame was
I will
riding
cast
up my
Sending
ass.
Engine. And I'll be
You
like,
liked it.
"Are you back yet? Or do you know about when you will be back?" And that's about all I'll say.
Yeah, we came through like really late at night. But yeah, we're back at the shop if you guys want to come by.
They're back
My,
now.
my father's,
Okay, let's go.
and it kind of trails off.
I
Let's
don't think he
go.
knew there was a limit to
Oh.
words.
Let's go, baby.
Ah.
I really need to start telling people that there's a limit to their response.
I just
Yes.
lift up Barbara as we're going. I'm like, let's go.
That's pretty
I
heavy.
only weigh like 150 pounds or something, so.
Yeah, I just I lift you under
Oh,
the arms.
oh,
I just
God.
you know, where you like I sort of make you walk in a direction.
Like it's like
Okay.
with a baby where you like hold them and you sort of like nudge them in the right
Yeah.
direction to walk.
Yeah. Walk and
Like
talk, walk and
that.
talk, walk and talk.
All right,
Yeah.
so you guys
Try to
make it back.
unstiffen as we walk.
You guys make it back over there. As the door is open, you guys could walk in, and of course, Zinjin is kind of there doing his thing like he was the first time that you guys met him. Oh, hi everyone, welcome back.
Up.
Hopefully you guys are okay. It
We
sounded
chill.
like things were getting a little bit dicey back at the cave thing.
It's all fine.
We didn't
Oh,
die.
Nobody died.
They didn't die either. Yeah.
Well, that's
Well, not nobody died. The gnome lady died, and then 4 sailors. We don't know
Oh,
about the 5th.
Right, right. Here's the letters for in case you
Yeah.
spam.
yeah.
Are you able to like hand these out to the people who were expecting jobs, or?
I could see if my father would know. Oh, and there were 5 that
Oh,
died.
unlucky.
Oh. How'd the 5th die?
Something about this weird floating thing.
Floating thing?
Anyway,
Do I know that's 8th Spectre?
I would say yes.
Okay. Oh,
Because
I
you
just kinda look at
because
8th.
you know that it was left.
Yeah. To defend the ship. I just kind of look over at 8th like,
It was your specter.
I know.
Anyway, let's go do the thing that we were here for.
Yeah, right. I think it's
How much
Whoever
could he
has
get
it.
for 10 gold?
In
We're
terms,
just gonna sit there and like start drawing in the corner as they're like busy doing their
I
shit.
right.
so we can repair your, your arm, to pretty much what it's almost like new, but my father says the stuff that he was able to get, it still take a little bit of time to try to figure it out.
I got silver for it. There's silver to prove the
You
arm.
got a lot of silver.
Oh, so you want us to make a
And-
new one?
Yeah.
Could I maybe help or watch? I'm pretty good at
You've
this.
been taking notes and
Yeah,
designs, right? Out of
literally writing
character.
everything down that they've
Yeah.
been doing it. Yeah.
I can go ask my father and see, because again, he's the one who kind of does it all. But I've been able to do some here and there. Might be time for me to try to start doing some extra. Yeah,
If you
sure.
need help with some smithing, I can help.
Yeah, sure. Let me go check. And so he goes upstairs to check with his father. As he comes back down, and you can see the same gnome that you guys have seen before, and uh just another oldish looking gnome, and he's just, yeah, he should be able to do just fine with what you're asking for. And he kind of takes your arm, Aeth, and your not the metal part, but just what's remained, and kind of does a little bit of measurements. And yeah, this looks like it should be fine. You should be able to do it just fine, Zinjin, and just you can create it. I believe in you. But thanks everyone for coming to rescue. It's a very weird what kind of happened, and kind of sad with Tori, but you know, it I don't want to I don't know how to kind of process something like that, but thank you, all of you.
Her name was Tori?
Yes. Or
she have any
that's at least what
family?
I called her.
Oh. Did she have any family nearby or anybody we need to contact to let them know?
I don't think she had a family here. I think she kind of came for the opportunity to find interesting things on this island, and was able to take people to places they wanted to go. And so, like, one of her things is she discovered a slight arcanish like gems. And while there is plenty of us who wanted to go out to take, you know, if refined in a light, it could work as an arcane focus. But I was able to get a little bit, and am working on a new project for arms. So
What's the project entail?
functionality to be able to have it move pretty much, but it takes a process to get it to match the mind, the wearer's mind, in hopes to transfer thoughts of what you would want the arm or leg to do.
So you're trying to get it to be able to articulate better through thought,
Well,
basically?
well, and he holds up Aeth's arm, and he can't move the fingers on this.
Yeah.
Or the wrist or anything. It's just in a position that what the wearer describes. And with this particular one, was a friend that suggested a arm that could potentially hold a sword, or at least a little bit durable, aka for your shield aspect part. But that was it. The idea is to potentially allow the wearer to transcribe their thoughts, what they want the arm to do, to get it to move, like animating, but in a more continuous motion instead of magical, like a spell.
That's ingenious.
Well, I just got some of the crystals that I was needing out on the trip, and it's going to take a little bit of trial and error.
If my name's Clarence. I'm an artificer. I like to think of myself as an arcane engineer, but I'll go with artificer. If you
You
need
and half the city here.
If you need any help with anything, or just want some friendly eyes, I'd be willing to watch or help.
Sure, why not? You can come take a look at this, and using his cane to kind of like go back up.
Do I see anything like obvious that would make me kind of understand the principles he's working with?
Well, when you go upstairs and kind of like off to his room, it is just papers everywhere. It's a mess. But there's a little bit that's kind of still put on a board, and the idea is that it's kind of like a two-part setup where there is a and it's not really designed in that way or really designed in a good way, but the idea is it's showing like a not like a crown but like just a regular headband, and it looks like a crystal on it. It kind of looks like it would be painful to probably wear, but a crystal on it that the wearer would put on, and then it looks like another crystal in the whichever like arm or leg or whatever to give it that functionality. But that's kind of like, it's very bare bones. It's like I'm trying to figure out how the stuff works.
Okay.
So,
Probably gotta ask him that one.
Hey, do you like coconut oil?
no.
Just a random question. Okay, good, we're cool. We're cool. That's it. Just a random question. Just curious. Just I like to know things.
I don't like the smell of coconut.
Oh man, yeah. I slowly slipped the coconut oil back in. No, I'm kidding.
He buckles his belt.
I
No.
prefer the leathery smell.
Like fucking.
Come in here. You're
Oh,
all.
so you like tanning oils?
I like the old people smell.
With Old Spice.
Soap and
Moth.
urine?
Exactly.
Ew.
And I'm all out of soap.
To be fair, don't they use urine to tan hides too?
It's
The
his name on
leathery.
the
Yeah.
plate.
It's Yosgen, I think. Or...
So-
Lime is used.
Anyways,
You've seen hides get tanned, Braden.
so do you stay up there to try to like understand some of the stuff while they try to work on the arm downstairs?
I think I would, because if they're just making another replacement for him that's going to not have functionality, I don't think I'm going to be of much help.
It's the best that they can do is just make a new one with silver instead of, ironish metal.
To Clarence, Garbu would probably be better at that, where this is more in my wheelhouse, I guess. So yes, I would be trying to absorb and help.
Okay. Why don't you just make a general intelligence check to see if anything snaps? While the others, Aeth, you're pretty much, just being measured up and down, trying to make sure all the measurements are right so they can make it a little bit more better fitting. And Sinjin does kind of go over, like, they have recently made a little bit, kind of like a better mesh. It might feel a little bit more comfortable putting it on. Garber, why don't you go ahead and roll, what is it, your...
Missing is strength plus my proficiency.
Yeah, go ahead and do that.
Am I
If you're helping.
So it would be a d20 plus 5.
Am I allowed to cast Enhance ability on myself before I roll?
You can, if that's what you think is needed.
I didn't think about it, but I probably should have, but I already
didn't
typed it out.
Oh yeah.
Hey, never
Nice.
mind, 22.
Smart one. I'm the.
And I will have also explained to them that if there's a part that they know is less than 100 gold that requires a lot of intricacy, I can also perfectly craft that part as well, as long as I understand it.
Okay. So, Elise, what are you doing at this time? It's going to be, a few hours for them to get all this melted to then get it. What are you doing in the time?
I was like fucking like half an hour like drawing. She's like, I'm bored. This sucks. Like listening to all the fucking technical talk. She's like,
I don't know
and
what
then
to
she's
talk.
like, and she's gonna go. Ah, I'm just gonna go walk in town and fucking look at shit. Fuck these people with their boring stuff. Think she's just gonna go around look for the like, keep an eye out for the dragon lady, see if she can go hang out with her instead.
You walk
Oh.
outside and your earring goes off. There's an assassin standing around the corner of the building.
He's bored as fuck. He's just like,
I look at the
He's
assassin. I'm
drawing
like,
in the dirt.
I'm like, I know this sucks, man.
Sitting beside him is the little rat assassin who's after Garbu.
Mm.
Playing
I
chess.
like, I just sub the assassin. I see the blue cloak and everything. I'm like, sub.
In my head canon, the rat's just been living in your armor and you haven't noticed
Oh.
yet. and he's
Yeah,
got
yeah.
his turn on, Day 73. The giant lizard has.
I think it's more on day 20 for the rat.
Right, probably.
I
funny.
just sub the
The
I
giant
sub the
lizard.
assassin and then I just go look for the like go walk around town.
To be
see if I can
fair,
find the dragon
that
lady.
rat's dead after all those explosions.
Yeah, for sure.
There's no way.
He's been
that rat,
he's extra. It's more like when that explosions and stuff was happening. It for him it was like a World War. He had like a little hat on. He's just
He's in a
Ah,
bunker
ah.
as
It's like
like
the John Rambo of rats.
so
he's
got
seen
the,
some
like,
stuff at this point.
headband.
he might be alive. He might be dead. But so yeah,
Against red.
you kind of go off. Make a general perception check at least.
Sure. Well, did I roll positive or did I roll negative for my thing today? I think I rolled positive, right?
Yeah,
I
you
did.
rolled
I rolled
positive.
I rolled a 10. Sure.
Ow.
Should I guide myself? I'll fucking guide myself. Fuck it. I'm just gonna go all in. I want to find something fun.
Oh.
No.
Oh.
Wait, I'm gonna roll everything anyway because it's fun because it's a check.
14,
Still a natural one.
16.
Yeah, 16.
16
for my
total
next
for a
one.
natural one.
Okay.
I love that. That's
Natural
that's-
one ever.
Yeah, like
That
I love it how
was
a natural one turns into a 16. Anyway.
Immense.
I
Wow,
love
that
it.
was-
I rolled a 4 and a 6. That'd been a 22 for a
I don't
nat one.
even know how to react to that.
Okay, so Elise, you kind of just going on your stroll as you're just trying to find something entertaining to do, and you see just a little ways down, what looks like a very familiar, black-haired half-elf, as he seems to be dressed a little bit in a proper attire as he's carrying what looks like a decent amount of goods in like a bag, and he's just my father will thank you for your services, and I will make sure to note this very dearly. As he kind of
Oh
stops,
my freaking
turns
God.
and sees you approaching, he's just, but I gotta go, and then just like takes off in the other way.
I just like Ellie just like keeps walking after, like just wants to see how he like probably starts speeding up when he looks around.
It's like one of those. It's like he's trying to pick up pace every time he looks back to see. And he's just like no, trying to make turns and corners and stuff. Anyways, Garber, with your 22, I'll say this turns out to be very well done. You've already, first off, you already made a gauntlet before, right? So you kind of, while yes, this was a little bit more of the magical means, you still kind of have a basic understanding of the fingers and plating and stuff. And
I also made the armor that I'm wearing, which would be the full sleeve armor.
and so yeah, this turns out pretty well. The Sinjin is just like, hell yeah.
It looks slightly draconic in style.
There's because you guys were doing really good, you decide to, during the cooling process, in a in a very interesting way, you made it look like it had scales. So, Clarence, for you,
Afterwards, Garbu thinks I should have done water, but scales look better in my opinion.
Clarence, for you, there is, you know, items that kinda not really do something like this. Like something like this, first off, is unknown.
Mhm.
And you just kind of thinking like, if this is successfully done, like this could just be insane for purposes not just for like limbs, but to be able to possibly attach this to other things.
Weapons. Yeah.
Yeah, like it could be insane of what you could really do. And I'm losing my voice. Um, y- you think of like the spell of like animate objects and kind of like trying to figure out if there was any sort of connection that could be made that would allow the object to be animated by the wearer, even if they're not, spellcasters or anything. Because the idea is to allow like normal working people, a farmer to be able to actually use his hands to do farming things. So it has to be in a simplistic way enough to anybody can use it and not demanding enough. Uh, so if you want to take notes and work on this or something like that, you can at a later point or, whenever. Uh, if you want to just put down like ideas of animated objects, as simple. Because I would understand that, so.
Yeah.
And so at this point, you're thinking of ideas of how to get something like this to work before you worry about the style. So.
Functionality before anything else. Cool.
And I think on that note, we'll end it. My voice is starting to go out.
I could hear it.
So, thank you everybody for joining us. I hope you guys enjoyed this. This was definitely a nice, calmer session after the beginning.
Yeah.
So,
Mm.
Join us next week for more football.
yeah.
Yeah.
But nevertheless, it's always interesting with the choices that they make. So, I hope you always stay tuned. Hope you all have a wonderful day and a wonderful night. And we'll catch you later. Bye.
Bye.